Well, a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Rob Hipp here alongside my good friend Joshua Harris from the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Joshua, man, appreciate you being here. You've been a sponsor of SHN Sports, but you're already at the games. And Galen, our thoughts and prayers continue with Galen Welnicki back at home, who can't be here as he's recovering. But, man, I got to tell you, partner, it's a blessing having you up in the booth tonight, my friend.
Man, thank you for having me. And it is a beautiful day for baseball, isn't it? A little bit hot out there, but I think it's going to cool down nice. And, Rob, I just want to say thank you for just helping us get the word out of what we're doing at Oak Ridge. But tonight's about baseball, so thank you for having me, and
yes,
I look forward to learning from the best tonight.
Well, we excited, man. Last week, Bill Schoening on the call on Saturday. Tonight, back in the booth.
Cool.
Game number 2 of that game, and now here, game number 1 of the area round of the playoffs. Well, before we get started, we had a chance to catch up with our very special guest, Sean Clinch from KVUE Television. He is doing a lot of work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We'll go ahead and play that interview now with Sean Clinch from KVUE Television moments ago. Well, up in the broadcast booth here at Georgetown High School at Eagle Field, proud to be with our good friend from KVUE Television, Mr. Sean Clinch. Sean, thanks for being up here, man. I know you guys stay extremely busy. It's always a true blessing to have you up here in Georgetown, man. So thanks for coming up tonight.
It's a blessing whenever I have an opportunity, or any of us at KVUE have an opportunity to come to Georgetown, because there's so many great stories. And I just told some other folks up here, salt of the earth people in Georgetown who really, truly appreciate athletics and appreciate a great story. And we have I'll be honest with you, I'm not exaggerating when I have so many great contacts here, including yourself, who fill us with a wealth of knowledge of different story ideas, and it makes our job so much easier.
Well, man, Sean, we appreciate it. I know that you've been over here numerous times, not just with baseball, but football and the other sports here at Georgetown. But again, it means a lot to the community. So again, thanks for being here tonight. Wanted to talk to you specifically. We brought you in tonight. We were either going to do a phone call or do it in person, where you're actually out here going to video the B-25 bomber that's flying over.
I'm excited.
I got to tell you, man, I don't know if I've ever seen a plane fly over a high school baseball game.
This got to be a first for me. I don't remember or recall, but this is, for the people who are listening to this, don't really realize how big of an opportunity this is, because historically, this is what the big machine, as far as our military had, what they used on all those fronts of the World War II. And I've only seen one on the ground, so it's going to be a big moment for me in particular to see this up close and personal, and it'll be good for their younger generation to see this.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of, you talk about you got to always have good ice cream and then a cherry on top. I think that plane flying over is a cherry on top. But, Sean, of course, thank you for being here for that. But the real reason we got you here today was to talk about a very special event that's coming up. You're going to be going alongside some other staff there at KVUE with an event put on by the children, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, called Over the Edge. Can you tell us about that, exactly what's going to happen, and how does it benefit the kids there with the Make-A-Wish Foundation?
Make-A-Wish Foundation, I think we've all seen this, the incredibly powerful, emotional, and somewhat extremely inspiring and stories, and I think about them, and it really touches me emotionally, because I just have this passion and joy for children, and being a mentor with another organization, I try my best to give back for those, because that was given to me. But Make-A-Wish, it grants wishes through donations and time through the Make-A-Wish Foundation of South and Central Texas, here locally, based out of Austin and San Antonio. And what it does, and it doesn't necessarily mean these kids are terminally ill, even though there's several of those cases, but some of these children are dealing with things that we hope that anyone never has to face, illnesses which are, some of them deal with the rest of their lives. And so what we're doing is one of their fundraisers, and I'm so glad that I was asked to be a part of it. It didn't even take more than a second and a half for me to commit and say yes when Stuart Stahl called me. He's on the board of the Make-A-Wish Foundation here locally, and the Over the Edge event, it's been going on, I think, for just a few years, but this year's at the 600 Congress Building downtown, one of the older high-rises.
So it's literally over the edge.
Over the edge.
You gotta be a guy that's over the edge type personality to go over the edge. So.
Unbelievable. 32 stories up.
Wow.
We will rappel down the 600 Congress Building.
Man.
And I have a fear of heights, and I always have, but I've never really overcome it. So I'm thinking, why not try to overcome this fear while helping children and for a good cause? And the Make-A-Wish children kiddos will be on the sidewalk cheering everyone down, and everyone, including the listener, if you are at home listening to this, you are welcome to be there on June 9th and 10th. But we have a media day, and I think you may be, because you...
Yeah, we may come down there and do a little video of that as well.
So June 8th is when the media day is.
Awesome.
And I've heard that us, the repellees or repellers, will be going for the media will be going down June 8th opposed to the 9th and 10th. So I need to get that word out to friends of mine that want to do that.
Now, the goal, Sean, of how much y'all are trying to raise, I know that each team is trying to raise a specific amount. So can you tell us kind of what you guys are seeking to raise and how our listeners here tonight can help that cause to make these wishes for these children come true?
Well, first of all, you can go to Austin Over the Edge front slash is to the right, correct?
Yeah, /
Why'd I say front? Good
It's
Lord.
okay.
I'm 44 years old. I should know this by now. But AustinOverTheEdge.com / Sean Clinch, ShawnClynch. And if you don't want to donate to my specific account, you can, KView Wish Warriors, we're collectively putting all of ours together.
Awesome.
So we're competing against the American Statesmen. I forget their team name. It doesn't matter. But
Well, they moved their operation to San Antonio.
Exactly,
So
exactly. But everyone involved.
they're good, though. They're good folks.
Everyone involved. But I personally, I have met my minimum, so I can repel. I met my minimum today.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Which was $1,500. Thank
Great,
you.
man.
And you have been a supporter of every charitable project I've ever been a part of, and I'm so grateful. But that just goes to prove the people of Georgetown, Williamson County, how generous you guys are. But my main goal is between now and June 8th, before June 8th, is to reach 5,000. And we're about 1,600 right now.
Awesome, man.
And I just want to give back. Seriously.
Well, you said two big words there, Sean, give back. And on SHN Sports, that part of our culture is a give back culture is what we're trying to really establish at SHN. And so when you go to our webpage at shnsports.com, there's a button that says give back. And we will be more than happy to put that link to your campaign there.
Oh, my gosh.
So to make it, you can either go to austinovertheedge.com / Sean Clinch, ShawnClynch.
Right.
Or also, if it's easier, go to shnsports.com, click on the give back link, and we'll have your mug right there, man. You just click on it, and boom, you're in.
Just don't judge by the mug, because my mug will deter any kind of progress.
Well, Sean, again, appreciate your time up here. Appreciate what you do for the kids. Just a tremendous organization. The Make-A-Wish organization been around for a very long time. I knew a young man who tragically passed away of leukemia, but his Make-A-Wish was to see John Cena, and he got to go see him.
And Cena's a huge advocate, heavily involved with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And he's front and center constantly.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it, Sean. Now, I got to tell you this, man, because anytime we have a guest here at Georgetown, we got to ask, who do you want to give a shout-out to this afternoon, Sean?
A shout-out? That's a good question. I give a shout-out to I just had lunch with Stuart Stahl with Make-A-Wish and
Awesome.
Randy Atchison, who was my freshman football coach at Anderson High School. And they gave me so much ridicule. We went to Dirty Martin's Comeback Saloon, I guess it's called, on the UT campus. Been around since 1926.
Wow.
I haven't been there since 1992. Because I ordered a turkey burger with avocado, they wanted me to strip me of my man card today.
That's all right, man.
But to Stuart Stahl, great job you're doing. And he works alongside on the board of Make-A-Wish with our general manager, Christy Gonzalez. Great job they're doing. And all those young ladies, I will say, with Make-A-Wish. And then, of course, Randy Atchison. Thanks for all the ridicule, and can I have my man card back?
Awesome. Well, again, Sean, we appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Thank you for being here at Georgetown helping out, and we'll return the favor, of course, and try to help get some more funds there. So, again, shnsports.com. Click on the Give Back link. We'll have that up a little later tonight after you hear this message. So if you go right now, it won't be there, but later tonight we'll have that up. Again, we appreciate Sean Clinch, KView Television. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, man. Thank you for what you do.
Well, once again, that was Sean Clinch. We are just underway here. Thank you for enjoying that interview with Sean Clinch. The first pitch has already happened here. We'll go over the starting lineups and more. Welcome here to Georgetown High School, home of the Georgetown Eagles. Rob Hipp here tonight with my good friend Joshua Harris. The early pitch here to lead off was the right fielder, number 10, Jace Brewer, for the Ennis Lions. Ennis just south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, northeast Texas. They're in their maroon jerseys tonight in gray pants, the numbers in white. The pitch here from Grayson Smith. A bunt over off the third base line, and that'll go foul. And Joshua, we are right in action here. I know that interview kind of cut things short, but it's good to be up in the booth tonight, my friend.
Well, I tell you what, it is good, and you can feel the excitement. It's going to be a great game tonight.
Well, you've had some radio experience working with the fine folks over at 105.9 Spirit FM, and a longtime Georgetown Eagle fan. Now, I know that you've got a lot of friends down in the Florence area, so it's good to have you up in the Eagle country, man.
And I tell you what, once again, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to come and be a part of this with you tonight, and we are rooting on the Eagles for a great victory tonight.
Chris McDonald at bat for the Ennis Lions. The second pitch on the way, too far outside. And the early count here is 1-1. Again, on the mound for Georgetown is Grayson Smith. Behind home plate, number 20, Wyatt Childress as the catcher. First base, number 23, Cole Moore. Luke Seaback at second base, number 8. Jeffrey David, the third baseman, number 7. Number 5 at shortstop, Cole Posey. Left to right, Hunter Savarese, Ryan Goodnight, and Noah Thompson. 1-1 pitch on the way. This one too high and inside as McDonald had to kind of do a little neck jerker back the other way. 2-1. And, you know, things started out here, for those just joining us, the right fielder, number 10, Jace Brewer, was actually hit by a pitch. So he's currently on first base as Chris McDonald trying to advance him into scoring position. Grayson Smith, the right-handed pitcher for Georgetown, stands with the right foot off to the right side of the base.
We got to get him settled down just a little bit. He's excited tonight. Go out and talk to him. You know, that adrenaline is just flowing through there right now, Rob. You got it.
And the second one there, hit by a pitch, excuse me, I think I caught part of my lung went the wrong way somehow.
I caught it. We'll get it back in there later.
Appreciate that, my man. So base runners now on 1 and 2 after 2 hit by pitches. McDonald is going to be at first after the hit by pitch. And Brewer will advance over to second. That's going to bring up the shortstop, number 5, Cade Graff. Josh, this is a team, Joshua, the Ennis Lions, coached by Bob Macy in 17-5A. I believe they finished third in that district, 18-9 overall. This is a team that Georgetown has never played before, not in postseason, not in a tournament, never. This is the first time they've played them. And this is game 1 of the best-of-3 series.
Yes. Well, this is not exactly the start we wanted, but we just got to get settled down here and get these outs.
Cade Graff stepping up to the plate now. He is a right-handed hitter for the Ennis Lions. Grayson Smith trying to find his rhythm and work out. Kicks up the left leg, now scans over to the shortstop, Cole Posey, keeping that runner honest there at second. He's leading off by about 10 or 11 feet, and Georgetown, they've got a quick arm, so they're not allowing many stolen bases here this season. Smith in the wind, kicks up the right-handed delivery. This one going to be called a ball as it goes too low and on the inside. 1-0 the early count here to the shortstop, number 5, Cade Graff. You talked about earlier just a few clouds painting the sky. A beautiful setting here tonight in Georgetown, Texas. We'll have the weather update and more as this one goes on. Pitch on the way. A bunt goes foul into the net. Thank goodness for the net, or somebody there would have got knocked in the head. Count at 1-1.
Clear skies for that plane to fly over just a little bit ago, too.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, it was very cool to have to at the national anthem. It's a beautiful, beautiful song sang by one of the, I think maybe one of the students, and then they had that big. What was the name of that plane?
The B-25.
Yes.
The Hornet, I believe, or the I can't remember the exact name, but that's a plane that they used in World War II, and having that bad boy fly over here at Georgetown, what a sight that was.
Really set it off nice for tonight.
2-1 the count here. The last pitch, a ball goes to the outside. Again, base runners on 1 and 2. Grayson Smith on the mound for Georgetown as he tries to pick, throws one back over to the second baseman, Seaback, and the runner's safe at second. And this is a team, don't let the record fool you, 18-9. Georgetown enters tonight's contest, I believe now on a 22-game winning streak. That is definitely a school record. And Georgetown trying to keep their playoff rolling here. The right-handed pitch, this one got away from the pitcher, and a wild pitch there, and Wyatt Childress not able to get on it. That'll advance runners over to 2 and 3 on the wild pitch. So Brewer will head over to third. McDonald at second. The only good news about that is if that happens on a run to a home plate, Georgetown has that wall there, so the ball generally backs right back into the hands of Childress. That time, though, just got a little away from him. 3-1 the count on Cade Graff. The pitch on the way. Right across the plate, fastball, strike, 3-2.
And that's what he needs to do is just settle down, take a breath, throw that ball, play catch with the catcher.
And Grayson quickly back in the windup here. The pitch on the way. This one popped up into the air, and that's going to be a base hit and a run scored. A runner will come across home plate for the first score of this ball game. And coming around to score will be Jace Brewer. Cade Graff, give him the RBI. And we move to the cleanup position now. Jared Hanza, the second baseman. McDonald will move over to third. Graff with the hit, again bringing in Brewer. So Cade Graff already getting the steaks cooking tonight. Give him the ribeye. And the Jared Hanza, right-handed hitter for Ennis, with runners on the corners. This pitch curved back in. Nice changeup as it comes back for a strike, 0-1.
Good pitch.
Josh, they needed that. Georgetown has got to find some composure here early.
Yes, settle down, get these runners.
0-1 delivery. This time too far to the outside, evens the count at 1-1 strike. On deck, the left fielder, number 7, Trevor Oakley, for the Ennis Lions in Georgetown here on their home field tonight. Game 2 will move to Ennis, Texas, at Ennis High School tomorrow at 2 p.m. We'll have that game also on local Georgetown Community Radio 106.7 FM. 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss, 1-2.
Great pitch. Looks like he's settling in a little bit now.
And talk about the sun here. Grayson has got that sunshine right in his eyes. This is the time of the day where the left field has a little bit of shadow. The rest of the field, though, completely. And he got him to bite on this one.
Great pitch.
The McRib is back early here this season. Got him on the side. And that'll be the first out on a strikeout swinging Jared Hanza. That'll bring up the left fielder. Fifth in the order, number 7, Trevor Oakley.
See if we can't get this guy to hit into a double play here and get out of this inning.
Again, runners on the corners for Ennis at first and third. McDonald at third, Graff at first. After his hit, Georgetown trying to pick off there. The quick arm to Cole Moore at first base. The base runner safe back at 1. On deck, if they can get a hit here, the first baseman, number 22, Clayton Jenkins. I think you talked about it, though. Georgetown needs a good double play here.
Yes, get us out of here with just 1 run scored.
High pitch here is a ball. And the early count on Trevor Oakley, 1-0. For Georgetown, this ball, a wild pitch will advance the runner over to second. And the count will be 1-1. It is called a strike, though.
He swung at that real hard, too. He fell for it.
Graff will move over to second base. So runners in scoring positions at 2 and 3 now. And the count even here. Ace across the board, 1-1. The right-handed pitch, that one looked good, but they're going to say no, a ball, and 2-0.
That one looked really good, just a little high maybe. Was very close, though.
Two and 1 the count. The delivery off the right hand. Almost got it to clip on the corner, but it didn't get there in time. Too far out, and the count 3-1. Trevor Oakley trying to advance his runners. A hit here would put another run on the board, maybe 2. As the Lions of Ennis here, as the visiting team, lead 1-0. It's a situation Georgetown doesn't find themselves in. And here, on a 3-1, it'll walk him, and bases are loaded as Oakley will head over to first on the walk. 6 in the order, the first baseman, number 22, Clayton Jenkins. As we talk about pitching for Georgetown, Grayson Smith, of course, number 14 on the mound. He's pitched in 50.1 innings coming into this game, 10 games. He started in all 10 of those. He's got a 6-2 record in this 2018 campaign. The right-handed hitter, Clayton Jenkins. The pitch on the way, got him that time looking for a strike.
Yeah, Grayson's really had a great season. He's settling in now, I believe.
Unfortunately for us, no stats for Clayton Jenkins. We have limited stats for Ennis. A swing and a miss here as he got him on the fastball, 0-2. But, wait a minute. You thought he got him for a strike, and boy, I wonder if they called a balk on that, as it brought through a runner. Childress goes over to talk, and that's going to bring in a runner.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened there. I'm trying to figure that out with you.
Well, we thought it was a swing and a miss there, and
he must have called balk before
Yep.
he threw, and we missed it. But I didn't see it, that's for sure.
yeah, I didn't see it either, Josh,
And I
unfortunately.
was watching, so I don't know what happened, what he saw there, but he must have just lifted his leg a little early.
Well, that'll put runners now on 2 and 3. An 0-1 delivery here. This one's going to ground over. Diving for it. David over to Cole Moore.
What a great play.
And that is a second out, but that's going to bring through yet another runner, if I'm not mistaken. Did that bring one home?
That did bring one home.
Yeah, it did. So Graff will come in and score.
Well, I tell you what, though, that was a great play by the shortstop there, because if that would have got through, that would have definitely been another run coming in. So give him credit for a great play in the field.
Jenkins out on a 5-3. That'll leave one runner, Oakley, as he advances over to third. The designated hitter, number 14, Ryan Cavas now, and the pitch on the way to Ryan is going to be a ball, 1-0. This is a very rare start for Georgetown. We don't see them in this position where they have given up 3 runs here in the top of the first, and a very critical Game 1 of the area round of these 5A playoffs. Georgetown, of course, the number 4 ranked team in the Texas high school baseball poll. This one a line right over to Cole Posey. Should be a routine play on a 6-3, and it is for the third out. But, boy, Josh, the damage was done in this innings as Brenham able to score 3 runs. They get those 3 runs only on 1 hit. There was no errors and 1 left on base. Halfway point, 1-3. Georgetown, nothing, and that is not the way the Eagles wanted to start here this afternoon, Josh.
No, it's not, and we're going to definitely need to get these bats fired up right away. So let's hope we can get on top of this pitcher and get some hits going for sure.
Well, for Georgetown, leading off will be the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey, followed by the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress, then the first baseman, number 23, Cole Moore. The cleanup position, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitch, batting 5th, the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David. 6th in the order, the designated hitter, number 13, Logan Drake. The bottom 3, batting 7th, the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese. Batting 8th, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. And in that 9th and final, last but not least position, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback. You talked about it. Georgetown has got to get the bat swinging here and give their team some momentum and some life, because when you go down 3-0 early on your home field, that is a huge energy draw and strain, and Georgetown's got to find some rhythm here.
You bet, and we just got to get it fired up. We got to not let that get us down, keep our head up, and just swing the bat and make sure that we're taking good pitches and not falling for anything hinky there.
On the mound for the Ennis Lions will be number 10, Drew Graham, behind as the catcher, number 8, Vince Benavides. First baseman, number 22, Clayton Jenkins. The second baseman, number 1, Jaron Hanza. At third base, number 18, Chris Gonzalez. The shortstop, number 5, Cade Graff. And then from left to right, number 7, Trevor Oakley. Center fielder, number 17, Chris McDonald. And the right fielder, number 10, Jace Brewer. Boy, you talk about Brewer. I tell you, Georgetown has got to brew up something here and get this bottom of the first inning coming out strong.
You are absolutely right. It is time to make it happen right here and get back these 3 runs for sure, if not go on top. But 3 runs we need to get back even with Ennis here.
Well, for Georgetown again, leading off will be number 5, Cole Posey. He's played in 33 games, now his 34th game, 18 plate appearances. This will be his 91st at-bat. He averages .244. This is a good time for Cole to get his average up here and get Georgetown started with a hit. Again on the mound, the right-handed pitcher, Drew Graham, and the first pitch on its way. And, boy, this umpire is really tight in the box. He's going to call it a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, that looked, we'll take it, though.
Next pitch, quick delivery, called a strike, 1-1. And this is something in pregame that when we talk to some of the folks that know the Ennis players, this pitcher does not wait very long in between pitches.
Yeah, he's moving right along really quickly.
Already back in the motion, the right-handed delivery, and this time looked at it for another strike, 1-2.
That was his pitch. If we see another one like that, he better get a hold of it. That's the one he wanted.
The 1-2 delivery, curved up high and to the outside, 2-2 even count. Somebody always like to say forgot to close the attic door. That ball tried to get up in the attic on that one. Maybe some what do they say, helium? Helium? I can't say that word.
Little
helium in the baseball.
Yeah.
And again, a little helium in the baseball. Too high again.
Rising up just a little bit, and we'll take that. But I think he's going to be ready for a good pitch here. He's going to throw one right down, I believe.
The payoff pitch on the way. Right down, hit foul off the third base line. That's the first time we've seen one hit foul off that third base line that deep. And the count will remain 3-2.
Well, that was a great cut. If we can get that straightened out a little bit, that one's going to go to the fence there.
Well, here at Georgetown, the corner's at 323. The power alley's at 385. Center field close to 4. This one pops up into the air, and if that's in the infield, that's an automatic out. And it will drop in the dirt as a fly. 6 for the first out over to the shortstop, Cade Graff.
Hit a good cut on it, but just hit it straight up.
That will bring up the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress for Georgetown. Wyatt having a great season here for the Georgetown Eagles. His 29th game tonight. 64th at-bat here coming up. Averages .254, 16 hits on the season. He's got 11.
There we go.
11 RBIs. The first pitch on the way is a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, I think they put a little too much helium in that one for sure. It sailed right over everybody's head.
I think HEB's going to run out of party supplies with all this helium, man. Mother's Day. There's going to be nobody to air up the balloons, man.
My goodness.
Come on, man.
It is Mother's Day on Sunday.
That's right.
We know that these boys want to give their mamas a great victory tonight.
1-0 pitch. This one too high and on the inside for White as he looks at it, 2-0. Well, hey, if you're out there listening, we'd love to hear from you. The SHN fan line is open. Feel free to text us to that line. We don't answer calls on it, but you can text us at 512-522-9105. Again, the SHN fan line. Send us a text message. Let us know you're listening. We'd love to hear from you. 512-522-9105. Last pitch of ball, 3-0 the count.
Way ahead of it. Make him pitch to you here.
And Drew Graham kicks up the right-handed pitch. And 4 pitches will result in 4 balls, which will result in a base on balls. There is. Childress will walk.
We will take that all day. That's just like a hit. I tell my boys all the time, if you can walk, it is just like a hit. So take it. And now we got a man on. So let's get it going here.
Well, if you can talk the talk, you can walk the walk. Well, hey, did want to listen. I know that there's some Ennis fans out there joining us as well. We appreciate the fine folks in Ennis, Texas. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon as well. Of course, we broadcast for Georgetown, but we lean a little more Eagles, but we will definitely give a shout-out to the wonderful folks in Ennis, Texas. We appreciate you tonight as well.
Absolutely. Congratulations on a great season for you and making it into the playoffs, and we welcome you to Georgetown.
And congratulations on an early 3-0 lead here. It is a packed house here at Georgetown as Cole Moore bid on this one. He was hungry. He wanted some of that medium rare steak, and unfortunately the bat didn't want to take a lick, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, that was about a medium rare, and I think that bat likes maybe a medium or a well done. I don't know.
Hey, if it's a good steak, you don't need A1. But
That's
you know what you
true.
put on a steak, my friend? Horseradish sauce.
Oh, you're a horseradish guy. Man, I do like a little A1, just a touch, not a lot.
Now, not full of horseradish, but I like to eat it. 0-1 the count here as the pickoff attempt. Graham over to Jenkins. Looking at a 1-3, keeping that base runner honest is Wyatt Childress. And remember, Georgetown is known for stealing bases. Ryan Knight leading the team with over 30 this season, but all these players extremely fast. Do we talk about the fast arm of Wyatt Childress behind that catcher's plate or the home plate? He's not only fast with the arm, he can run as well, and he's leading off by about 6 feet off that first base here.
Absolutely. He's got a rocket in that arm and in those legs, so let's hope he gets a good jump if they tell him to go.
The pitch on the way, too far outside, 1-1 even count.
I think they've got a beat on him. They know, too, because that catcher's jumping out quick.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Georgetown trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the first of these 5A area round playoffs. Rob Hipp with Joshua Harris, Nathan Hipp producing for us. Thanks for joining us here. Of course, did want to mention Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball this season, presented by our good friend Cameron Davies with Cruisin' Kitchens down in San Antonio, Texas. We appreciate Cameron. We'll get to all of our sponsors as this broadcast rolls on. Cole Moore at bat, pops this one up, and it's going to go into foul territory and drops over the fence off the third base side. The count at 1-2.
And he was going on that one, but he had a good jump too. So
Cole Moore is 96th at bat. He averages .411. He's the man you want at the mound or at the plate for Georgetown right now. He's got 35 RBIs this season. 15 runs for Georgetown, but he's reached a walk 20 times. He has been walked 20 times. This pitch is going to be too far outside to even the count at 2-2. Joshua, I did want to mention as well, thank you to Mr. Bill Schoening, who called the game on Saturday. A lot of wonderful comments coming from the Georgetown community. He's a 17-year veteran of the NBA San Antonio Spurs, doing their radio there on WOAI. And we appreciate Bill coming in. Childress is going to steal over to second, and he's got it.
yes. How cool was that? When I heard last week that he was going to be filling in, pretty cool that you got to officiate a wedding last week. But when I heard that you had him in, I thought, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
What a great connection to have. And I know I've heard you talk about him on the radio before. You have a great relationship with him, and I thought that was pretty neat that he got to call the Georgetown Eagle baseball game last Saturday. So we got that victory, and that was awesome as well.
The payoff pitch here by Drew Graham. As he looks down, he's going to take a quick break as he steps off the side of the mound. He's looking over at his catcher with the sun in his eyes. He's got that right eyeball, though, glancing over there at Wyatt Childress, who's in scoring position on second base after that stolen base moments ago.
Yeah, those pitchers don't like that much. He's going to keep him watch on him.
Delivery here, a ball, and that's a walk. So Cole Moore now with his 21st base on balls. Back-to-back walks here. Childress on 2, Cole Moore on 1. And that'll bring up the fourth in the order, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Knight, who, of course, we like to say good night, and this would be a perfect opportunity for him to put a good night over that fence.
Wouldn't that be? I tell you what, this is where we want to be with man on first and second and a great hitter coming up, and let's get one or two of these runs back right here with a great strike.
Ryan Knight, his 97th at-bat, averages .344 in the season here. He's got 33 hits, reached first base 22 times, 5 home runs for Ryan Knight, 22 RBIs, 36 total runs. He has been walked 15 times, and we'll take a hit or a walk. Bases will be loaded depending on what can happen here. So Moore at first, Wyatt Childress at second. Ryan Knight, the right-handed batter for Georgetown, now steps into the box. On deck will be the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David.
Knight can put it out of here too. He's got 5 on the season. If he gets the right pitch, he might be able to just tie this ball game right up real quick.
Appreciate Brandon Reynolds. Is he in the house, Nathan? Brandon's here in the stadium here tonight. The pitch here is runners are going to advance. Did he still? Reached it? Yes, he did. Safe at 2 and 3. A double steal for the Georgetown Eagles. Wyatt Childress over to third base, his second stolen base of the game. And Cole Moore over to 2.
He is proving you right with those rocket legs. He got a great jump and a great slide. And, boy, I tell you what, that's a great steal right there.
Vince Benavides putting some air behind his arm there, some power, trying to get it over to Chris Gonzalez at third base, but not in time. And Georgetown able to get a double steal. Coach Foster talking things over with Wyatt here as He may have got a little ding on his face. He's rubbing the side of his cheek, but he's all right. Puts his helmet back on.
Looked like he got a little glove in the eye there. I think he's all right, though. He's ready to go.
1-0 to Ryan Knights. The last one, a ball. And Brandon Reynolds listening in also, not only here in the stadium, but listening into the broadcast. Appreciate you, Brandon. Good to have you in the house, my friend. Pitch here going to be, wow, that looked low. They're going to call it a ball, and the count 1-1.
And that just caught the corner.
The 1-1 delivery. 1 out. Georgetown trails 3-0, but your tying run is at home plate. Ryan Knights, a great opportunity here. The wind barely trickling. He could put this one out of here if he gets a good lick on it. This time too low, and the count ahead 2-1. Tony, Ryan can knock him out of the park. We've seen it, well, 5 times this year. This would be a great opportunity here on a 2-1. The delivery, swing and a miss, evens at 2-2.
He was hitting. He was going for that one. That's for sure. He swung hard and just caught right under it.
Brian Baker in the house as well. We appreciate the Baker family. Trent playing at Angelo State, who was here at Georgetown for many years. We appreciate the Baker family. 2-2 delivery. That one got away from the catcher, but he's able to get back on it, and the count will remain, well, 3-2 now. The payoff pitch upcoming. Called a ball on Ryan Knight. Did want to mention, if you've enjoyed this season, we will have archives of all Georgetown Eagle baseball broadcasts. If you would like a copy of those to help us throughout the season, we don't ask for much, but if you would like a copy of those broadcasts, we will have them for sale for $50. Those come on a USB flash drive. We just kindly ask that you don't share them with everybody, as that helps offset our costs throughout the season. This one has popped up into the air into the infield, and that's going to be an automatic out. And the runners will stay at 2 and 3. So unfortunately there, the first baseman comes over to make that on a fly 3, but boy, that was right up in the air and an automatic out anyways.
Yeah, he got him with a changeup there and just got him to pop it right up. That was an opportunity we really needed to get some runs in, but we still got one out to go. So let's see if number 7 can bring one or two of these guys in.
Number 7, Jeffrey David.
Jeffrey David, the third baseman. The Georgetown Eagles, a right-handed batter now up for the Eagles. Jeffrey here in his 95th plate at bat. This pitch is going to be a ball as he looked at it. He thought it was going to be, or beg your pardon, a strike as he looked at it. He thought it was a ball. And the count 0-1. David averages .330. His on-base percentage is .418. He's reached first base 25 times, 23 runs, 15 RBIs. The next pitch, boy, that one glaced him.
Got him.
And that did get him. You know, now in college, they wouldn't consider that a hit by a pitch because of the way he turned. But here in the high school level, they still consider that a hit by pitch. And he'll reach over, and now bases are loaded.
We call that taking one for the team. Sometimes if you can do it, you can do it. You don't want to get hurt, but you definitely want to take one if you can.
Well, a huge opportunity here for the hitting sensation.
Yes.
Number 13, Logan Drake. At one point this season, he was over 500. He's cooled off to 383. The pitch here to Drake as he swung and missed on the first one, 0-1.
Yeah, Logan can definitely catch us up here. He's got number, 13 on his back there? I like that 3. That's what we need is 3 runs. We'll take that 1 off and just take the 3.
We'll let him knock it out of the park and just change the 3 to a 4, man.
Well, there you go.
I think the count's 0-1 here. They've got it as 2. The next pitch on the way. Tip that one. Now it's 0-2. The bases are loaded for Georgetown. David at 1 after a hit by pitch. Cole Moore after a walk and a stolen bases at second. And Wyatt Childred after a walk and 2 stolen bases over at third. We are in 2 outs, though, here. Georgetown desperately needing a hit from Logan Drake to bring in some runners. You don't want to leave these 3 on base, as Georgetown got deflated in that top of the first, trailing 3-0. Going to be a conversation here with Vince Benavides, the catchers. He goes over to the mound, talk things over with Drew Graham, now turns around and heads back to his box.
They definitely know what kind of power number 13 has, so I'm sure they're talking about it and going, what do we want to do with this guy? We want him to just drop one right over into the field there and get this base hit going.
The pitch on the way, and that one will go over to left field, and it will drop in foul territory. Boy, about 10 feet over, and that would have been a nice little dagger for Georgetown. Unfortunately, it goes into foul territory. And the count remains 0-2. Logan Drake.
He is really getting us, number 3 there for Ennis, getting us to pop these up. So we need to find one down in the zone and just line drive it out.
Is the old country song, Does Fort Worth Ennis cross your mind? Is that it?
How
or am I singing that
how
wrong?
Did I know you are a king at coming up with songs for I think it's
is that
close.
how it goes?
Hey, we're going to go
or
with it because it's
Fort
close.
Worth, Dallas?
Fort Worth, yeah.
We'll say Fort Worth Ennis.
I like it.
Does
it worked.
Fort Worth Ennis? There you go. See,
I like it.
I like it better. Dallas is too known, man.
And it fits for tonight too. So
0-2 delivery here to Logan Drake. Swung at this one over to left field, and that should drop. Wow, what a grab for the out. In foul territory as Oakley graced his way and then picked up the juice, able to dive and get the third out on a line over to left field. Boy, that is just a phenomenal play on a line 7 there. Give Ennis credit. Unfortunately for Georgetown, though, no runs on no hits, no errors, but they leave 3 on base. We're through 1. Top of the second upcoming. We'll step aside, take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. We'll continue after this. Well, Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. A big thank you to the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Hey, we got the man right next to us. So the Oak Ridge Disciple House, a nonprofit, faith-based Christian character building ministry geared towards reaching men 18 and older who are broken from substance abuse. If you're struggling and need help, give these guys a call. Wonderful folks doing the right thing. Visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball also made possible in part by Georgetown Jewelry, specializing in custom jewelry, bridal watches, repairs, appraisals, and more. Georgetown Jewelry is your one-stop jewelry shop right here in Georgetown. Visit them online at georgetownjewelry.com or stop by their store located inside of the Williamsburg Village. So again, thank you to Oak Ridge Disciple House and Georgetown Jewelry. Hey, your Oak Ridge Disciple House sitting right next to me, brother. So thank you for y'all's support all season long, not only for baseball, but throughout the SHN Network and the Good Morning Georgetown radio program. We really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And I tell you what, I can't even think of another, a better organization to partner with, and the work that you do and the community that you love. And so we're doing it, you're doing it, and it's a great, great partnership, and we're going to keep doing it for years to come as long as the Lord lets us go with it.
We appreciate that. Well, leading off here is the 8th in the order, the third baseman, number 18, Chris Gonzalez. The first pitch, a strike. The second pitch, a ball, 1-1.
Got him.
Next.
Oh, I thought he had him. Okay. He swung hard on that.
Yeah, the next one to hit here was a foul. The call, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I had to step aside and turn that AC to get a little bit, it's getting too chilly in here. 1-2, nobody on. Just underway here in the top of the second. The pitch on the way, another hit by pitch. And that is the third one of this ball game. And we don't see, unfortunately, during the normal season when we did video, we had David England over in the Georgetown bullpen area, so we don't have any notification if there's anything going on over there because it's in the shed. And we'll put Chris Gonzalez on first now after the hit by pitch. That'll bring up the catcher, number 8, Vince Benavides. Right-handed batter for the Lions. Right-handed pitch on the way. The bunt up here goes foul. 0-1 the early count on Benavides. Hey, wanted to mention we're going to have some special guests come up here at the end of the third inning and the beginning of the fourth. So you want to make sure you stick with us. It's some Georgetown alum in the house. 2016 graduate Tyler the Bulldozer Mendoza, the junior from A&M Corpus Christi will be up here, and then the 2017 recent graduate, Jack Engelman, the sophomore at Paris Junior College. We're excited to talk to those ones. This one is going to be hit, and it will drop as a base hit. He may be able to get 2 on this one over to left field at the 323 mark, and that is a double as he stands up at second base.
Yeah, he got all of that one. That's exactly where you want to put that ball, over there in left field, and he got it right into the corner.
So double over to left field by Vince Benavides. That'll move us back to the top of the order. Now base runner in scoring position is Benavides after that hit moments ago. And Jace
Pinch runner.
Brewer will be at the plate now. The left-handed batter back in the order here. He is over. He was hit by a pitch, able to come around and score that first run. There is a pinch runner, number 13 for the Ennis Lions. We'll have his information here in just a few moments. And the first pitch on the way to Brewer will be a ball, 1-0. This is not a Georgetown team that we have seen this season. Things are struggling here early. And Coach Brindley is going to talk things over with Georgetown pitcher Grayson Smith on the mound as the infield comes completely in. They're going to talk things over. That pinch runner, I believe, is Woods out there, the senior, Josh.
Yes. Grayson just doesn't seem to, as of yet, I don't know what they're about to do here, but just hasn't really been able to find. He's had some good pitches, but just hasn't really found that groove, that zone that you need to be in to really settle in. And you know, he's had three hit batters, and so looks like they're going to keep him in for a minute. So hopefully he can get it settled in and they can get him calmed down a little bit. But he is just really struggling on the mound tonight.
You know, there's base runners at 2 and 3. That other runner didn't come around. I thought he was going to try to come around and score earlier. He didn't. And Gonzalez is the one over at third. The pinch runner, 13 for Benavides, is Chase Woods. Jace Brewer on a 1-0 here. The right-handed delivery on the way, too far outside, and makes it 2-0. So far, unfortunately for Grayson, the chat hasn't worked.
Yeah. He almost had that corner. This umpire's doing a great job, but he's not giving up much, so he's going to have to really put it in there and make his fielders help him out. But he's got to throw strikes here.
Now, Jace is a hitter. He leads off 432 on the season. The third pitch is a third ball to the outside. It's not the man that you want to be doing that to, but you also don't want to put that ball right into his zone because Brewer, the senior, he's able to knock these out of the park. Again, with that 432 average, that leads his team. That's why he leads off.
That's a pitch. There's a good pitch.
Now the fourth pitch going to be called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, no outs, base runners in scoring positions on 2 and 3. Here in the top of the second, the Ennis Lions, they drove over 140 miles to tell Georgetown that we're not afraid of your 21-22 game winning streak. And now another pitch here to the outside and another walk. That'll put Brewer on first, and the bases are yet again loaded for the Ennis Lions.
I got a feeling they're loading up in the bullpen now, and we might see a change here real soon. We've got to try to save something here and get these guys out, but they're back on the mound now.
And Georgetown cannot afford to fall any more runs behind in this game. They gave up 3 to start things, and Joshua, we talk about it. There's still no outs here in the top of the second. And the bases are loaded. And Coach Foster, we may be seeing a change here. He's going to talk things over, and I believe we will have a change coming up. And if that is the case,
well, it looks like he just pointed out to the bullpen. So here we got a new pitcher coming in there, Rob.
Yep, coming in for Georgetown will be, looks like number 3 coming out there. If that is, it's going to be Brooks Hancock,
Number
and it
3.
is.
Yep.
So through 3 innings, Grayson Smith will be pulled here, allowing 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. And then we didn't even talk about this inning yet. Actually 4 hits now, and right now with bases loaded. So he is still going to be responsible for those 3 that are out there right now, as Brooks Hancock will head over on the mound now, getting his warm-up pitches for the Georgetown Eagles. As we look at the stats here for Brooks Hancock pitching this season, we'll have that here in just a few moments as we are pulling up our data as we have it. It's fed to us up here, which is nice. We got a little app now where we can get some of these stats. And so as we look at Brooks Hancock here, He has pitched 12.1 innings, played in 8 games. He is 2-0 on the season, so not a bad record for Mr. Hancock. He's got an ERA of 1.703. So we will see what Brooks can do. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle baseball will continue after this. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle baseball on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. A big thank you as well to the sponsors. Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball presented by Cameron Davies' Cruising Kitchens. Also wanted to mention Keller Landscaping. This game brought to you in part by Keller Landscaping, operating here in Georgetown, Texas and the surrounding area, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping. Keller ensures that every customer feels like their needs are important and met. When meeting with each customer, Keller tries to capture the customer's vision and the need for their outdoor living space or landscape. For your lawn care needs, please visit KellerLandscapingTX.com. The first pitch on the way to McDonald as he swings for a strike, 0-1.
That's a good start there. That's what we want. Throw some strikes and let's get out of this inning. Oof.
Next one is hit over to left field and right into the glove of Hunter Savarese.
Great catch there and got him to come back to third without even trying it. So that's a great start there. Get that first out and start to get a little relief here from this stressful inning so far.
I'll bring up third in the order, the shortstop, number 5, Cade Graff. Cade is 1 for 1, had a hit, eventually able to come around and score that third and final run that we're seeing on the board right now. Again, and is putting up 3 runs in the first inning. 1 out, Georgetown needed it. Bases remain loaded, 1, 2, and 3 for the Lions of Ennis. On the mound, Brooks Hancock, a right-handed pitcher in the sunshine as it still glows. On the way, dropped in for a strike. Beautiful pitch there by Brooks, 0-1.
That was a beautiful pitch there. He had that good little movement on it, and it fell right in where that umpire likes it. So
0-1 delivery. That one a little too low. Childress said, wait a minute, man. I don't want to dig up this nice turf to get to the ball.
he made a good play on that, though. We don't want any pass balls right now, even though that might bounce back. We don't want to take any chances. So great play on him.
1-1 the count. The pitch on the way. This one popped up into the air into the infield. That should be an out as Cole Posey, the shortstop, gets under it, and it is the second out.
Oh.
So Graff is retired on the fly up into the air to the shortstop, Cole Posey. Little fly 6 action. That'll move us to the second baseman. Fourth in the order, cleaning up, number 1, Jaron Hansa. Hansa is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the first. The pitch on the way, and that's a hit by pitch, and that is the 4th hit by a pitch that we have seen now in this ball game. Unbelievable. Hansa will reach over, and that will force a run in.
Yeah, that looked like it just got right away from Hancock. I don't know if I can remember having this many hit by pitching batters this season, and so we've just really having a tough time this first couple of innings, and I just think that one just got away from him completely. So,
and the bad news on that, Joshua, it forces in the runner as Gonzalez will now come in and score that run. Right-handed delivery too far outside on Trevor Oakley, the left fielder. He is 0 for, reached on a walk, was left on third as part of that first inning rally. 1-0 the early count here on Oakley. Next pitch. Got him on the corner for a strike, called 1-1. One and one pitch, swung at it. That's a strike, 1-2. It went low, and he bit for it.
He had a lot of good movement on that one, and we need to get another one like that and get out of this inning. Good.
Swing and a miss here and got him on the third out.
Give it for Hancock there coming in, and we did get one more run in, but he got us out of that inning, and see if we can get these bats fired up now.
Well, that was one run on one hit, no errors, and 2 were left on base. If I'm not, or there's 3 left on.
3 left them full, which is always a good thing there.
Well, Josh, we're through 1.5, 4-0. Georgetown has got their work cut out for them as we head to the bottom of the second. But hey, things still alive here. Georgetown has just got to find their rhythm. And talking about finding that rhythm, leading off will be 7th in the order, the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese.
Savarese can get it started. That's for sure. He's got the ability to get us a good base hit there and get that thing going. And then we need everybody else to come on behind him and let's get these runs back. This is not too far out of control yet for sure. I mean, I heard you talk about it last week, that especially in playoff baseball, you're never really too far ahead. So you can get 6 or 7 runs in an inning, so we can get the bats going. We'll be okay.
Well, again, we want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens in San Antonio, Texas. They're getting ready to open up a 40,000, I believe, square foot warehouse. Can you believe that?
I tell you what a great business they've got, and I'd sure would like to see some of those kitchens that they do.
Hunter Savarese leading off here for Georgetown. His first at bat, the pitch on the way. This one hit foul off the first base side. That's the first one that we've seen. That one dings off the roof of the restroom to our right side, 0-1.
Comes in swinging. Looks like he's ready to make something happen here. That's what we need.
Quickly back in rhythm. That pitch too high. Tried to drop it in low. The count 1-1. Hey, appreciate the Jared Pierce's family, grandparents down on the Frio, Concan, Texas. We appreciate the Pierce family. Thank you for letting us know you're out there listening. Pitch here, too far on the outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. If you got a shout out, feel free to text them. The SHN text line is open, 512-522-9105. The 2-1 delivery quickly back in motion. Again, hit off the end of the bat by Savarese. Over off the first base side, behind the fence. The count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2. Too high. 3-2 payoff pitch upcoming. When we talk about Hunter Savarese, as many players this year, he was SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle Player of the Game. This is his 69th at bat. And yet again hits it foul off the first base side. Coach Brindley had to kind of move out of the way over there.
Yeah, he jumped pretty quick there.
Savarese averages 353. He's a very tall young man. I remember when interviewing him, I couldn't believe how tall he was.
He's a big old boy.
Payoff pitch on the way. Savarese swing and a miss, and he'll strike out swinging for the first out. Bring up the right fielder. 8th in the order, number 17, Noah Thompson. Noah Thompson averaging 226 on the season. His on-base percentage, though, is 359. Been hit by a pitch once. This would be a pop here. It's going to pop up into the air over the left field and easily grabbed by Ennis was Trevor Oakley. 2 up, 2 down, just like that.
Just like that.
On a fly out to left field, Oakley pulls it down. That brings up the bottom of the order, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seebeck. Quickly, the delivery. Too far inside. He had to pull away from it. 1 ball and no strikes.
You mentioned it earlier, but this pitcher for Ennis sure does have a quick release. I mean, he gets it going, and that's it.
Hey, he's already back in the motion here. The pitch is already made, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Still got the sunshine in his face there. It is maroon jersey, white numbers, 3 stripes on either shoulder, gray pants with a little trim down the side, and maroon socks. That pitch going to be a ball as well, 3-0. Shade starting to encompass Georgetown Eagle Field on a 3-0 delivery. That one looked low there, but they're going to call a strike, 3-1. The shade now encompassing almost all of the infield. It's still over the pitcher, Drew Graham. On the way, this one hit over to left field, and that will be another one, a line as he's retired right over to Trevor Oakley. So 3 up, 3 down for Georgetown. A line over to Trevor Oakley. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We're through 2, top of the 3rd upcoming. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. We'll continue after this. Back in action here at Georgetown High School. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. Thank you for joining us. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network here in the first game of the area round. Appreciate you joining us. Joshua, though, Georgetown finds themselves in a hole here in the top of the 3rd. Pitcher on the mound will be Brooks Hancock, but the Eagles, they're trailing 4-0.
Well, we got Hancock on the mound here coming in and getting us out of a big hole this last inning with leaving the bases loaded, and so we're hoping he's pitching pretty good there. We're hoping that he can get these guys 1, 2, 3, as they like to say.
Leading off for the Ennis Lions. Is that Emmett Smith? No, that's number 22, Clayton Jenkins. The right-handed hitter, he is 0 for 1 out on a 5-3 for the second out in the first. Stands really tall up in that box. If you'll look on the right-handed batter's box for our radio listeners, he stands with that right foot
on that line,
all the way up to the line in the top corner. The first pitch was a ball, 1 ball, 0 strikes.
He sure is right on that line. Those umpires watch that. He may be trying to get hit a little bit sometimes.
1-0, swing and a miss there as it came too close inside, but he bit after it, 1-1.
He came real close in on him on that, and he did bite.
1-1 delivery. Boy, almost hit him by a pitch. That's way too close, 2-1.
I got a feeling Hancock might be trying to back him off just a little bit, but we don't need to be doing that right now. We don't need a walk, though.
Well, Georgetown Athletic Director Todd York in the booth now. Next to us, we appreciate the fine work. Swing and a miss here on a 2-1, brings it to 2 balls and 2 strikes, even count. Talking about Coach York, he has done a fantastic job over the years here as the athletic director.
Yes, he has.
We talked earlier, Joshua. You know, I always say here at SHN we're blessed with the best, some of the finest folks helping us make things happen, but the Georgetown community as a whole, we are blessed with the best here in this area. This one is going to be hit, and it will go into the glove of Noah Thompson in right field. A little pop-up to Noah for the first out. That's a good way to start for the Georgetown Eagles.
And we'll take that all day. And you're right. You know, you said – they call us the fastest growing community in the nation, but we also have one of the best and most friendly and welcoming communities in the nation. And, boy, we sure do like Georgetown here in Williamson County at large.
Talking about fasting, that's something I need to do, man. I need to lose a few pounds, my friend.
I've been hearing you talk about that for the last few months. How's that going? Are you still on that pound thing that you were doing?
Yeah, the pounds keep going up, man. Pitch here, I believe that first one was a ball. The count now at 1-1.
So would you say, Robert, you're on a seafood diet?
Yeah, when I
seafood and you eat it.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Yeah.
They're showing no balls and 1 strike on the board. Next pitch on the way. That one called a ball. 1-1. I believe it's 2-1, and it is. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count. Or Brooks Hancock on the mound for Georgetown. Nobody on, 1 out. Right-handed delivery, too far. Wow.
We got that, though.
They got that one. I'll tell you, earlier in this game, those weren't getting called Georgetown's way. The count now even at 2-2. Next pitch on the way. Swing here, and that should be a 1-3 put out, and it is.
This is the kind of inning we need to have to get these guys out of here and get back up to bat and get some of these runs back. So I'm glad Hancock's come in, and he seems to be pitching pretty well.
Well, Caba swung at that one, but Childress almost lost it. Luckily able to get back under it in a little 1-3 put out. That'll bring up the third baseman. 8th in the order, number 18, Chris Gonzalez. He's over as well. Hit by a pitch, able to come around and score that 4th run on that force after the walk earlier in the 2nd. Gonzalez, the third baseman. Georgetown 2 up, 2 down here. It'd be nice to see the third one go if you're an Eagle fan. The pitch on the way. Drops in for a strike on the fastball, 0-1. This one curves back in for another strike, 0-2. Back-to-back beautiful pitching by Brooks Hancock.
Hancock's got some great movement on his ball right now. Let's hope he stays in control here.
Next delivery, swing and a miss, got him 3 up and 3 down for the Georgetown Eagles, and that's what they needed to do. Hancock gave it to him, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We're through 2.5, bottom of the third upcoming. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue after this. So we always say a little co-po to co-mo. That's what we do, yo.
Let's see if he can get this thing going. Old Posey here.
0 for tonight, hit by a pitch. Or no, I beg your pardon. He was out on a pop-up to the shortstop. First pitch on the way, going to be a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, we need to get these balls down. We've hit a lot of pop-ups tonight. I'm hoping we get some line drives going here, some level swings.
Swing and a miss here, 1-1 to count on Copo. Appreciate Cole, the work he's done this year. Also appreciate the Cole Posey family.
Yes.
Mr. Posey's done some great work, helped make a lot of what we do possible here this season. We appreciate them. Next pitch on the way, 1-2, called a strike. I wonder if that game Farmville, is that still a thing? Because our crowd mic is picking up sheep every once in a while.
You know, I haven't gotten any requests for that here. They were coming in fast and furious on Facebook for a long time, you know, and so I don't know if it's that popular anymore. Thank goodness.
1-2 here, too low, called a ball, brings the count to 2-2. Yeah, you hear you may get one of those like a horse. Please, Joshua, accept my request.
Oh my goodness! I tell you what, they finally put a button on Facebook though where you can actually stop them from coming in the certain ones, and so I'm glad they finally did that because those requests, especially for that one game that was crazy for a long time, seemed like every 10 minutes you're getting a request for those games.
Last pitch of ball, payoff pitch on the way here. This one popped up into the air again in the infield. That should be an automatic out, and it's going to go right back to the shortstop for Ennis. It's Cade Graff, another fly six. So back-to-back fly sixes for Cole Posey on his first 2 at-bats. That'll be second in the order now, the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress. Hey, wanted to give thanks to the Hancock family listening from Carthage, Texas. Go Eagles. We appreciate the Hancock family. Thank you for joining us. If you've got a shout-out, let us know you're out there listening. We'd love to hear from you. 512-522-9105. Again, that text line is open at 512-522-9105. The first pitch to Wyatt Childress, called a ball, 1-0. Wyatt is over. Reached on a walk in the first, then back-to-back stolen bases, but was left stranded at 3. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to.
And it worked. I understood, and I'm sure everybody else did. We need old 20 here to get us a hit, man, and get that bat speed like those legs and that arm he's got.
Couldn't agree more here. 2-0 as Childress is going to call time. The sun is now completely set behind the field. There is no more sunshine on the field except actually the first baseman and just a little bit in the eyes of the pitcher, Graham. But other than that, the field completely saturated in shadows. Now this ball is going to go up way over the net behind us here in the press box. The count at 2-1.
Yes, starting to settle in to be a nice evening for baseball. It's cooling out a little bit. It's about 92 when I drove into the parking lot, so I knew it was going to be warm out there, but nice and cool now. Let's see if we can get this thing going on a nice night.
2-1, Graham on the mound. The right-handed pitch got him on the fastball across 2-2 as he looked at it. Tonight it's going to be mild and humid. 71 degrees, the forecasted low tonight. It's 83 outside right now here in Georgetown. That pitch curves to the outside to clip the corner to bring it to a full count at 3-2. Well, it looks like Graham slowing down a little bit. Now he gets the pitch on. This one popped up into the air. That should be catchable in the infield as Gonzalez going to drop it down for the second out on a fly 5.
Well, I tell you what, we were just dropping our shoulders down tonight, and we were hitting them straight up.
Now to bring up the first baseman, number 23, Colmore. He is 0 for tonight, reached on a walk, stole over to second, but was left stranded in the first. Well, Joshua, 83 degrees outside actually is the correct temperature here at Georgetown High School. The wind southeast, 12 miles per hour. It's gusting to 21, but we sure don't feel any of that up here. That wind has slowed down a lot since we started this ball game.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm looking out at the trees here. I'm not seeing much movement, or maybe just a little bit, but I don't know. But it has dropped about 10 degrees since we pulled up in the parking lot about 6:30. So it is cooling off, but I know the humidity said is about 75. So it's still a little warm out there, but at least the sun's gone down. It's out of everybody's eyes.
You can wring out your paper here if you need some water. 0-1 the counts. Cole Moore swung and missed it. The left-handed hitter for Georgetown. The second pitch on the way, and it's going to clip the corner as he looked at it for a strike. 0-2.
Boy, he looked right at that. I know he wants that one back. That was a great pitch to hit.
Bottom of the third we are. Georgetown trails 4-0 here on their home field. The pitch on the way. Cole Moore pops this one over to left field in foul territory. 0-2 the count remains.
Well, we've been hitting a lot of them up. We need to hit them out. We need to hit them straight now and get this thing going.
The 0-2 delivery as Colmore looked at that one for a ball. 1-2. Now Benavides, the catcher, behind Colmore at the plate on a 1-2, 2-out count. This one again pops up into the air, and it will drop into foul territory, uncatchable, right off the roof as it rolls and stays on top of the Georgetown Eagle baseball dugout. 1-2, the shed. I don't know if that's what you call it or not. I call it a shed.
It works. Shed works. I tell you what, this number 3 sure has got us hitting these balls up in the air, popping them up. I don't know what he's putting on it, but it's working for him.
Pitch here is on the way, and that one pops up into center field. And will it be a base hit, or will he be able to track it? It is. And that is a double for Colmore.
Boy, he's got some speed down there.
Hands up.
He got around that first base, and before he even started to throw it in, he was at second. What wheels he's got on him.
Hey, and you've been mentioning something that I appreciate. It's number 3 out there on the mound. So they must have had a change at one point, because at one point it was Drew Graham out there pitching. Thank you, Joshua, for mentioning that.
I know that. I know now why I'm here tonight, to help you find numbers. You got to have a spotter, man. It's so
Drew
important.
Graham.
It's important not only in football but in baseball to have a spotter and help you find those numbers as you call them out.
It is Drew Graham. I was about to say there's no such thing as what I had. It is Drew Graham. He's wearing number 3. I said number 10 all night.
Oh, okay.
Because he was 10th in the order.
And I missed that. See, so we're even. We'll just call that a push.
Pitch here, too close on the inside to Ryan Goodnight, 1-0. I was about to say, 10th in the order. That's why I had him as number 10, reading the wrong numbers.
There you go. Well, that happens when
Don't
you get older.
I don't really have a 10th in the order, but they listed him down there in that spot, of course. 1-0 delivery. This one a fastball as Ryan Goodnight looked at it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, if we could get this guy in and just break the ice and get 1 run going. I mean, we want more than that, but just to break the ice it makes all the difference in the world. So let's hope he can drive him in here.
Well, Colmore in scoring position. Ryan Neitch at bat. The next pitch on the way. Called a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Georgetown trails 4-0. Well, we got to one point where Georgetown had bases loaded. They weren't able to bring any runs in on that. Pitch here, too low again to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Good eye there by Ryan Neitch.
You're right. We've had some opportunities tonight to be on the scoreboard, but we're still going to make it happen. I'm believing.
I like the positive vibes,
You
man.
got to have it.
That's right, brother. 3-1. Walked him. Ryan Goodnight will reach to first on a walk. That'll put him there. Cole Moore will be at second, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David. Remember, Jeffrey back in the first was hit by a pitch but left stranded as part of those 3 on back in the first. Well, Drew Graham here has pitched now 65 times. The limit in high school is 110. He's still got a long way to go. This one's going to ground over to the third baseman, and an unassisted tag will do it for the out. So the third baseman there, Gonzalez on a 3U. That will be the third out. 1 pitch goes, and that's the way it goes here this inning. No runs by Georgetown on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 left on base. We got a special treat for you here at the top of the 4th inning as we'll talk things over with Mr. Jack Engelman and Tyler Mendoza. We wanted to chat with them here in this ball game and catch up on their college career and the great things that they've been doing here at Georgetown, so we're excited to have these young men. We'll step aside, though, take a quick break. When we come back, the top of the 4th, as well as the interviews with former Georgetown athletes Tyler the Bulldozer Mendoza and Jack Engelman. We'll be right back on SHN. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle baseball field. Rob Hipp here in the booth as we are joined now by, well, there's 3 former Georgetown guys up here in the booth, but I'll bring on the first one here, Mr. Jack Engelman, 2017 graduate, a sophomore now at Paris Junior College. Jack, man, good to have you up here at Georgetown tonight, man.
It's good to be back.
So, you know, man, I always say this. You're always my favorite pitcher here, Jordan. Now, not playing favorites, but I like that submarine style of pitching, man. Where did you get that from?
Well, I mean, I figured it out going into my junior year. It was at one of our Georgetown camps, and I just got up on the mound. We were all just messing around, and I was just throwing strikes and then just took off from there. Just learned from a bunch of different people that helped me along the way.
Benavides leading off here. He's almost hit by a pitch, and was he? He was. And that is already the 5th hit by a pitch tonight. That is uncharacteristic of this Georgetown team as we continue to talk to Jack Engelman here tonight. Jack, Georgetown struggling early here, 4-0, but, you know, I've still got a lot of faith in these guys. You played here for many years. Tell us a little bit about your high school career, what you miss about being here, and what you've enjoyed at college so far.
Well, what I miss is, like, everything they have here tonight, all the fans, everybody from their school out here, all the support that that Georgetown gives us, and I don't know, I miss our coaches and the way they taught us. And at college, oh man,
that's an E1 out there by Georgetown's Brooke Hancock. That'll allow the base runner at first in the corners now as Brewer reached on that E1. See, Jack, it took me several years to learn the baseball terminology, man. So Tyler really got the worst of it because that was my first season calling baseball. So Tyler, he got the worst of it, and you caught a little bit, but now I'm finally getting in the rhythm, man. So, well, how are things going at Paris Junior College, man? I know you played down there now for a couple of years. Well, no, you transferred. Is that right? Tell us about that.
Yes, out of high school, I was committed to A&M Corpus, and then I transferred that semester because I was going to get redshirted, and I'd rather play than sit the bench and just watch. So I transferred to Paris, and we didn't do real well, but me and Tyler both had good years for them.
Awesome, man. Well, your mom has continued to support Georgetown Eagle baseball, of course. I know your dad as well. Your mom messages me pretty much every game. So, well, Jack, we appreciate you, man. Miss you being out here, but enjoying the good things that you're doing in college, young man. Before I let you go, what would you like to shout out to tonight here back at home at Georgetown High School, my friend?
Well, I'd like to shout out to Parker Tadlock and Trent Baker and Robbie Eisenhower out in Angelo State in their regional tournament right now.
So they're all at Angelo State. Is that correct? I was talking to Brian. He actually came by my computer shop earlier this afternoon. I left him with some archives of those games that we called back in 16 and 17. So, well, Jack, appreciate you, young man, spending time with us up here in the booth. And we'll continue to send the positive vibes your way throughout the college career, young man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Pitch on the way here. We'll go outside to Chris McDonald, 0-2. We'll bring over now the Georgetown 2016 alum. Somehow we came up with the phrase. I have no idea where it came from. Tyler, the bulldozer Mendoza. Tyler, good to have you in the baseball house tonight, man.
Thank you for having me.
You're on an 0-2 pitch. This one goes too far outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chris McDonald. Well, Tyler, talk to us. You're a junior now at A&M Corpus Christi. Have you been there your entire collegiate career, or did you start somewhere else?
Actually, I was at Paris Junior College for these past 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, and then I'm going to transfer to Corpus this coming
You're
up
transferring, okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
you just got tired of being around Jack. I can understand that, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to play with that guy over
Yeah.
there. You know, he's a big timer, you know.
A lot of guys, 5 years with them, it's just gets a little old.
Well, you know, that's the cool thing, Tyler, is this is a friendship that you guys have had, you know, not just from being here at high school, but most of y'all as a steal attempt over here, and he did not get there in time. Great job by Georgetown there, and that's the fast arm that we talk about, a Wyatt Childress over to the shortstop, Cole Posey, and that was a nice little one. Who'd that go to? That went over in a little 1-6 there to Jace Brewers. He tried to steal. Now there's nobody back on base here. The count 2-2 on Chris McDonald. Well, Tyler, talk to us about, you know, your high school career here and what you really miss about. What was your favorite thing here at Georgetown, and what do you miss now as this one pops up into foul territory? The count 2-2.
Oh, he caught it.
He caught it, actually. Who was that out there?
Cole Moore.
Cole Moore with a helmet coming off. Cole Moore catches it for the second out. Wow, Cole Moore right in front of it. And that's, boy, you got to talk about that. It's a little intimidating right in front of all those Lions over there, right in front of their dugout, man.
Yeah.
So a good job there by Cole Moore on a little pop-up over to first. But, yeah, talk to us about your high school career, man, and what you enjoyed and what you miss, man, because we miss you being here, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
There's been no more bulldozers.
But just like Jack was saying, this environment, I mean, all these people out here just wanting one thing, it's these guys to win. And
it's a 6th hit by a pitch now. I've never seen that many hit by pitches in a game as Cade Graff. Boy, he's going to have to get a skin graft after that one pegged him in the back. Another tattoo there. You know, we've got 2 tattoo shops in Georgetown. I think we could open up a 3rd one here at Eagle Field tonight. That's 6 balls that I've already – man, goodness. So, yeah, continuing that conversation, you know, now a long time here at Georgetown, but just what do you reiterate again, you know, what you really enjoyed being here at Georgetown, man?
Yeah, just again, this environment and the culture this program has. I mean, not many programs have what they have here at Georgetown, and I'm glad I came through here and got to see what that's really like.
Tyler, how's that transition now to your college career? No, Paris Junior College and now transferring over to A&M Corpus Christi. You wanted to get to the beach. I understand that. So tell us about how that's really transitioned for you and just coming from high school into the collegiate level now as a junior.
Yeah, I mean, at first it was definitely tough. The speed of game play is just completely different, and it takes a little bit to get used to it, but once you get into it, it's smooth, and I mean, it's just like any other level. Once you go up, it's hard at first, but you get used to it and you just do your best every day.
Here on an 0-2, this one, a great grab out there by Luke Seaback and a nice 4-3 for the third out. And that's the way Georgetown needed to do it. Well, before we let you go, young man, who do you want to give a shout-out to tonight? You know, it's always fun talking to you guys. For me, I'll just say it's been the most rewarding thing over the past 3 years. I was a graduate in 02, but, dude, I was a skinny nobody then, dude. You know, now I'm a fat nobody. You know, I like to eat Whataburger a lot. Don't get hooked on Whataburger, by the way, guys.
I think we already are.
Oh, yeah, be careful, especially down in Corpus area. That's the hometown. But who do you want to send a shout-out to tonight, man?
Shout out to all my guys back at Paris and pretty much everyone but Parker Tadlock.
Well, sorry, Parker. We know you're joking, man. Well, in that inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. I don't think there was anybody left on. And we move to the bottom of the fourth. Georgetown trails 4-0. Tyler, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming up. It's been a pleasure, man.
Appreciate it.
I know Alex Corman's in the house. Alex, you want to say a few words?
I'll say a few words.
Yeah, we got the old Alex Corman in the house tonight. Now, I know Alex. You playing ball over Texas Lutheran, man. I had an opportunity to call my first collegiate game, Alex, and now you're at Texas Lutheran University. Congratulations, by the way, the Bulldogs doing some good things.
Yes, sir. We just won the conference tournament out in Cleburne, Texas, and we're headed to Spokane, Washington for a regional.
That's great news, man.
week.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
know that, you know, it's tough there at Texas Lutheran on the pitch here to Georgetown as this is Logan Drake, the hitting sensation, who's cooled off a little bit, though. And Logan at one point, I got to tell you about this, he was over 500 just up until a few games ago. Now, I got to give him a hard time because he's dating my girlfriend's little sister. So, I have to give Logan a hard time here. The count, I believe, at 2-0 now. But, Alex, talk about your playing time here at Georgetown and then the transition to the collegiate level and now down there in Seguin, Texas. Tell us about that.
Well, like Tyler said, it's the speed of the game that's kind of changed, but the transition was kind of easy because over at TLU we have a lot of seniors. We have a lot of seniors that are good leaders, and it's just a good culture to transition to. Kind of similar as Georgetown High School.
Logan Drake tried to get a base hit, but making the diving grab out there at center field. Did he get there? It was Chris McDonald for the first out. That's a tough break for Georgetown on the fly 8 down there. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese. I know that you got to play in the program here as we've talked to all these guys. Yeah, it's just from us being in the booth, it just had to be a tremendous blessing to be under the leadership of Coach Foster. Talk about your high school time here at Georgetown and what you miss the most, Alex.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but last year I graduated 2017, but last year I missed my senior season due to a leg injury. So not having that senior year, you kind of like play back in your mind like what if, like the what ifs, what could happen. But I just think that I just miss grinding with the guys that I've grown up playing with, and so having to part ways with those guys was probably pretty tough. But I mean, just the culture that Georgetown has, like they said, the fans all here, and it's pretty good to rep the G. So
awesome, man. Well, you rep the G, you're repping the T.
That's right.
You're repping the SCAC.
That's right.
All over the place, man. So,
yes, sir.
Well, Alex, before we let you go, it's always a true privilege to have you guys back up in here. Just like I was telling Tyler and Jack, man, it's been a privilege, now doing this for the 4th year, watching you guys grow up through the system and now doing great things at the collegiate level as that pitch swung at now, a payoff pitch upcoming 3-2. Just a true blessing to see you guys. Who do you want to give a shout-out to tonight before we let you go, Alex?
Just shout out to all the fans out here that are watching, these 2 guys behind me, and my Bulldogs in Seguin.
There you go, man. So that's awesome. We're going to keep up with you guys, so remember to hey, if you guys continue to do things, make sure to send us some shout-outs on SHN Sports on our Twitter, and we'll retweet those for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, Alex Kornman in the house, Jack Engelman, Tyler Mendoza, the Bulldozer. I mean, you go into construction, man. You start like the Mendoza Bulldozer construction, man. I'd be down for that. So, well, we appreciate you guys. Best of luck as you continue your collegiate career. This one popped way up into center field by Hunter Savarese for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate y'all, Alex. Good luck on everything.
Sir.
We'll keep up with you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Well, once again, just a true blessing. Thank you, guys. Always good to see them and catch up with the Georgetown kiddos, and great to hear the good things that they're doing at the collegiate level. As we kind of bring everyone back into the game here, thank you for sticking with us. I know it's always great to hear the count now here It's 2 up, 2 down. Georgetown trails 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Drew Graham, number 3, still on the mound here. Noah Thompson at bat for Georgetown. Nobody's on base. The Eagles desperately need a hit here in an 0-1 count, Joshua.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are starting to get a little crunch time now, and but it sure was good to have those guys come in and see those former players for Georgetown doing well. Look like fine young men, and just did a great job talking with you. It was fun to watch that.
1-1 the count here to the left-handed batter Noah Thompson, who is 0 for 1. The pitch on the way here is called a strike, 1-2. He looked at that first strike. The second one looking, 1-2. This one hit. It's going to be a base hit over to the left power alley.
That's a great drop there.
And Thompson is going to try to go into second, diving his way, sliding down in a double for Noah Thompson.
Great hit, great running, and those are the kind of little sparks that we need.
Well, Joshua, we talked about Georgetown needed a hit. They get the double from Noah Thompson. That'll bring up the bottom of the order, the second baseman, Luke Seaback. It's a situation Georgetown has not been in this season, finding themselves down 4-0. Things got away from them early in the first. The second, they allowed 1 run, 3 in the first, but the last 2 innings, they've been able to protect here. But just on the offensive end, they have not been able to get anything going against this fine pitching of Drew Graham.
Yeah, we need Seaback to come in here and get us something going here.
Pitch on the way to Seaback. It's up high, called the ball, 1-0.
Get this man around, and let's break this ice and get some runs on the scoreboard.
Now Luke Seaback coming into this game with 65 at-bats. He's now on his 67th. Next pitch on the way, called a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Base runner on second for Georgetown is Noah Thompson. 2-0 delivery. Too high into the inside, makes it 3 balls and no strikes.
I don't know how many RBIs he's got on the season, but it is time to add a couple of them right here, right now.
The next pitch as Georgetown takes off, trying to go down and steal 3. He got there in time, safe, a stolen base for Noah Thompson.
Boy, that was a great slide into third there. That was as perfect as you can do it and well taught. That was great.
Strike there on Luke Seaback on that pitch, 3-1. He's got 13 RBIs. And boy, the call here.
Well, this umpire's done a decent job tonight, but I gotta wonder about that one right there.
I think even the scorekeeper up here went ahead and gave him the base, and unfortunately it's 3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming, swing and a miss. Got him for the 3rd out.
Boy, I tell you, I'm not one to complain, but I tell you that called strike there before that one. Well, we got to move forward, and we got to get them out 1, 2, 3 here and get back up to bat.
That's right. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for Georgetown. We move to the top of the 5th inning. We'll take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle baseball will continue after this. Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball presented by Cameron Davies with Cruisin' Kitchens. Your proud sponsor of Georgetown Eagle baseball. Cruisin' Kitchens is a leading custom mobile business fabricator in the world. Their builds range from the world's largest mobile kitchen to full entertainment trailers that include jumbotrons. Their clients range from corporate companies like Weight Watchers and Shell to small business entrepreneurs that are just getting off the ground. From day one, Cameron Davies, president and owner of Cruisin' Kitchens, has given back to his local community and other communities worldwide. Cameron will continue to give back for as long as he can. For more information and to receive a free quote, visit their website at www.cruisinkitchens.com. www.cruisingkitchens.com. Leading off for the Ennis Lions here in the top of the fifth will be the left fielder, number 7, Trevor Oakley. He is 0 for 1. Reached on a walk, left stranded at third in the first, struck out swinging for the third out in the second. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss here for a strike. It's a good start here for Georgetown pitcher Brooks Hancock.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted to get that started there, like, just like that.
The 0-1 pitch off the right hand. This one going to go foul off the third base side, 0-2.
Jump way ahead of him here, 0-2 now. That's where we want it.
So as Oakley falls behind in the count, Brooks Hancock likes where he's at an 0-2. Nobody on. Georgetown trails 4-0 here in the top of the fifth. Right-handed delivery. Tip foul. The count remains 0-2.
Just got a piece of that one.
Well, talking about Brooks Hancock, his favorite cousin, Johnny Humber, is also listening. Go number 3. Appreciate you listening in. If you've got a shout out, feel free to text them to us at 512-522-9105. Next pitch is a ball, 1-2. 1-2 delivery. This one too far inside, and an even count now at 2-2. So after the count goes 0-2 after 2 pitches, after 4 it's evened up, Joshua, 2-2.
Yep, we're back even again. We just got to settle in there and throw a strike here.
2-2. He called a ball, 3-2. We got a little excited up here, Joshua. I thought that was close,
That was
man.
one of those on the lines that he's liked tonight, and he just didn't give it to us.
Because you're mine. The ball walks the line. 3-2 payoff, too far outside and walked
The man
him.
in black, what you were just singing there, Johnny Cash.
Hello, everybody. I'm
Yeah.
Johnny Cash. Hello, Joshua Harris. Welcome to the
Well, I
broadcast
tell you what,
booth.
you've definitely got that. You've got one of the best radio
Oh,
voices.
man.
Yeah, man, I tell you.
I'll tell you, the best Johnny Cash, I appreciate it, but the best Johnny Cash is my girlfriend's brother, Blake Brennan, who's a happy daddy. Congratulations, Blake,
Yes.
on the birth of little baby Heidi Joe.
She's about to have her first Mother's Day on Sunday.
Right over here in a 1-3 putout for the first out to Clayton Jenkins.
Good run up there by Hancock to get a hold of that and get it down to first there on that lay-down bunt.
Oakley will advance over to second, though, on that, and that'll bring up seventh in the order the designated hitter, number 14, Ryan.
Number 14, Ryan Katz.
Ryan Cav is now at the plate. Number 14, he is 0 for 2, out on a 6-3 in the first for the third out, and a 1-3 in the third.
Pretty pitch there.
And that is a strike, 0-1. It's pretty amazing. I've never held a baby 4 hours after it was delivered. Now, I know you've beat me on that.
Yes, I've got a
You
few. I
better
got a
have-
few of them at the house.
1-0. This was going to ground over to the second baseman, Seaback, in a pretty routine 4-3, but the runner will advance over to third is Oakley. So the second out on a 4-3. I'll bring up eighth in the order, the third baseman, number 18, Chris Gonzalez. Chris tonight is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, came around and scored that fourth run that's on the board in the second, struck out swinging for the third out in the third. 2 up. And this pitch gets away. Georgetown, will they get over there to the plate in time? Yes, he tagged him, and he is out. Great, beautiful work there by Wyatt Childress as he throws it over to Brooks Hancock.
Well, I tell you what, that's where that backstop that you talked about earlier really came into our benefit there, because we got a great bounce back, and he was able to get it back up to the pitcher who did a great job coming from the mound and got him just right in time, and it was beautiful.
Got him on a 2-1 there, and boy, I'm glad we brought that up, because that brick is working to the advantage of Georgetown as the runner, Oakley, was working his way home after that wild pitch, and Childress able to get it off the back of the wall and throw it back over. Great eye by Brooks Hancock. Redeems himself in that inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Georgetown has got their work cut out for them, trailing 4-0. Still some hope here, though,
You bet, because when you look out there at that scoreboard and you see there's only 2 hits for each team, it's not like Ennis is really out hitting us. We've had some bad breaks with some hit pitches or hit batters and things like that that's caused these runs, and so they're not just pounding the ball. It's just we just need to catch a break here and get some hits. That's what we need. We need to get some hits and get some runs in. So,
well, Joshua, you talk about this. It couldn't come at a better time. Georgetown here in the bottom of the 5th inning through 4.5 now, trailing 4-0, but we're going to go back to the top of the order now. It's going to be Cole Posey. The only thing is Cole is 0 for 2 this evening. Both of his hits in the first and third were both flies over to the shortstop in the infield. And so hopefully Cole can get some rhythm here as we're already set to pitch. Cole Posey, the right-handed batter, and an 0-2, looking for a bunt here. And the first one is going to be a ball, 1-0.
I got a feeling we're about to break this open just a little bit. I got a good feeling here about this inning. I don't know what it is, but maybe just Eagle Fight never dies in me, but I just got a feeling we're going to do something here.
We've got another song. I got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. There you go. See, I like it, man.
It is funny that you do that. I'll tell you in a second why.
2-0. This one a strike looking 2-1.
Me and my right hand at the Disciple House there, when we're talking, we'll literally interrupt each other when somebody says something and come in with a song. And
there
so
you
that
go.
You do that. It's amazing because me and Chester, shout out to Chester out there, my right hand associate director, we do that to each other all the time. So it's funny that you're doing that as well. I can't wait to tell him that you cut in with songs all the time like me and him do to each other. It's just great banter,
Now, I got to tell you, I don't have any friends named Chester, but if I did, I would always be looking for the Cheetos, man, because Chester the Cheetah.
And we call him Cheese sometimes.
Grounder over here, and getting under the glove at a beautiful 6-3 or 5-3, it was Gonzalez. Wow, he turned around, put his knee on the ground. That was great field work by the third baseman, Chris Gonzalez, over to Jenkins. That will retire Cole Posey on the 5-3.
You got to give Gonzalez credit where credit's due. He has had some great plays tonight for Ennis, and he got a hold of that one and got down on it and made a great throw. So, I mean, because that ball was hit hard. That could have gone through on most third basemen, but he just jumped on it. That young man's got a great glove out there.
Brings up the catcher, Wyatt Childress. This one way too far outside of Childress for a ball. Childress tonight is 0 for 1. Reached on a walk in the first, stole over to second and third, but was left stranded. And then in the third, he popped one up over to the third baseman for the second out in that inning. The count here, 1-0. The right-handed delivery on the way to Childress as he pulls back, but it's going to go across for a strike to even the count at 1-1.
He's looking back at that umpire, but that was a really good pitch. He could have gotten that one, I believe, but he took it.
Aces across the board. Galen Welnicki, if you're listening in, I hope you're doing well, partner. Miss you up here in the booth. Joshua Harris doing a great job tonight, but Galen, we always miss you, and thoughts and prayers continue to you for a fast and healthy recovery, my man, because you are the legend of Georgetown when it comes to covering Eagle sports, my friend.
Thank you for, not that I want you to be sick, but letting me fill in for you, and I do pray that you feel better soon, and then this next week is a quick recovery for you, buddy.
2-1 to count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-handed pitch on the way, swing and a miss to even it at 2-2. Now Childress here. Georgetown has just, boy, the breath has gotten taken out of them here. You talk about a Ennis team who was trailing Temple. That series went 1-1, and Ennis came back to win it. 2-2 here, and did he beat it out? He did. He beat it out over to first, and the runner is safe. So a hit for Wyatt Childress. There's the speed again, Joshua.
Boy, I tell you, he has got some wheels on him.
And he was just able to beat that out to first base.
And that was a great throw once again by that third baseman. But, boy, he just had enough on him and was able to beat it.
Let's bring up Cole Moore, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Reached on a walk. Stole over to second in the first, but was left stranded. Then in the third, if you'll remember, he had that beautiful play out to, I believe, right field. It may have been the left. I think it was actually the left power alley. And he stood up with that double over to second base in the third for the hit of Georgetown. Well, the coaching staff, Bob Macy and company, talking things over now at the mound with Drew Graham. They don't want him to slow up a step.
What's his pitch count right now? Do you have one on him?
Yeah, we'll have that here in just a minute as I was
He might be getting up
keeping
there.
that. Yeah,
he was at 60-something the last time you mentioned that. So he may be up in the 80s now, 90s maybe even.
We'll have that here in just a few moments. Cole Moore at bat. They're still talking things over at the mound, but the umpire says, look, guys, we're not cooking steaks up here. All we're doing is
He sure is. He sure did shoo him off there
yeah.
like some flies, I tell you.
he said, look, we're not cooking steaks. All we're doing is we're microwaving some ramen noodles. Let's get back to the mound.
Did you call them ramen noodles?
He has a ramen?
I like ramen noodles.
Well, Raymond, he's a good guy. He's old Raymond.
You know, ramen noodles.
Well, old Raymond Noodle, I grew up with him. I knew him over there, old Raymond Noodles. Lived over there on 3rd Street.
Ramen noodles. I lived off of those for a long time.
Pitch here too far outside. Wyatt Childress going to steal over to second. He got there in
Boy,
time.
I tell you what, a great steal.
That is the 3rd stolen base of the evening by Wyatt Childress. The count here 1-0 on Cole Moore as he looked at the pitch. 96 pitches now for Drew Graham. Make that 97, so he is getting close to that 110 mark. 1-0 the count. Cole Moore doing a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle there in that left batter's box. Do, 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 do. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
It must be time for a 7th inning stretch.
And Cole Moore here, boy, he is going to.
I think we had a balk there that
Yep.
little too much wiggle in his wiggle.
Yeah, well, Cole Moore wiggled and
Shaked him up a little bit. Didn't know what he was doing. Lifted that back foot up.
so Cole Moore will be at first. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitch. That is your 3rd score at the plate now. Your tying run is on deck. 1 out here. Base runners at 1 and 2. Ryan Neitch 0 for 1. The pitch on the way, tipped into the back of the net. That is one of the few that we have seen go into the back of the net tonight.
I'm glad it was there because that had come straight through this window the way it was looking. It was a hard hit ball for sure. Got just a piece of it.
98 pitches for Graham as he is inching ever closer to that 110 mark. 4-0 the score, and it's leading. Graham looks back over to his second baseman as he's trying to keep Childress honest there at second. This is a point, though. I don't want to jinx this, but this is where Georgetown sometimes gets a little carried away with their steals. This is a point right here I don't think you really need to steal over to third, to be honest.
I think they've got a lot of confidence in him, but I think you're right. They need to just –
He takes
there
off,
he goes.
and that will
And
be a
that's coming
base hit,
through.
and he'll come around and score. So Childress gets leading off. He'll come around and score the first run for Georgetown. Base runners now in the corners. Georgetown's on the board.
Well, you were right. I tell you what, they were sending him, and it was a good thing because he had a good jump and was able to bring it on around. So Childress has had a great night on the bases tonight, that's for sure.
That'll be a hit for Ryan Goodnight. And also an RBI as he brings in Wyatt Childress. Cole Moore will be at third, and now base runners on the corners, and that'll be it for Drew Graham. We'll see a new pitcher now come into the game. It'll be number 9 for the Ennis Lions. So it looks like 5 1/3 innings pitched for Drew Graham. You got to give a shout out to Drew Graham. What a game for that young man.
He did pitch a good game, I tell you.
And again, that will bring up the new pitcher here, number 9, Isaac Adams, for the Ennis Lions. We'll keep things right here, folks. Again, Georgetown base runners on the corners now, only trailing by 3. Your tying run is now at home. Actually, your lead runner is at home plate now.
Lead runners at home plate.
That's Jeffrey David.
We've got just 1 out, so we've got an opportunity here if we can keep that ball in play to bring a couple more runs across.
So Graham again through 5 1/3, only allowing 1 run. He will be responsible for the runners at first and third. 99 pitches for that young man.
We got anything come up on number 9 yet to see what kind of season he's had on the mound?
Yeah, we'll look here. Stats are limited, unfortunately, for the Ennis Lions.
Watching him warm up here, he looks like he's favoring that from our side, the right side here, but he'd be the left side.
Wanted to bring up a good point that really Ennis has got 2, if you call ace pitchers, and then after that, no offense, but they've got two really solid pitchers. Some of the other kiddos have struggled this season, and, Ennis didn't want to get to a situation where they had to bring in their other guy. Because, remember, this is the best of 3-game series.
That's right. We got 2 more tomorrow if needed. So we're hoping that we won't need 2 tomorrow and we get this thing going here tonight and just go to Ennis tomorrow and play 1 and go into that next round. But it's going to be a fun weekend either way.
Isaac Adams, a junior, he's got a 3.36 ERA.
So he can be hit then. We got an opportunity here.
He's 1-1 this season, according to the stats that we were able to find. A right-handed pitcher will pitch to the right-handed batter, Jeffrey David. David tonight is 0 for 1. He's out unassisted in the third for the third out. The pitch on the way. Georgetown going to try to steal over to second and got there in time. Another stolen base for Ryan Goodnight. And now you've got 2 base runners in scoring position. It's Ryan Neitch at 2, Cole Moore at 3, and a 1-0 count here for Jeffrey David.
Boy, I'd like to see this thing continue here. It's time we're coming alive. I feel the energy coming back into the stadium right now as well.
4-1 the score. This one hit way up into the air over to left field. It should drop into the glove of Oakley, but that should bring in a run. And actually sliding down to third, the runner's safe, and a run scored for Georgetown. So the sacrifice fly by Jeffrey David over to left field.
Well, I don't know about you, but that made me a little nervous, that man coming into third. That left fielder got a good throw in, but he made it across that base just in time, and we got another run in. That's a good thing.
Cole Moore will come in to score the second run for Georgetown. The Eagles now trail by 2. Jeffrey David will be credited with the RBI on the sac fly out to left field. That'll bring Ryan Neitch over to the third base. And it'll bring up the hitting sensation, number 13, Logan Drake. So 2 outs here. Georgetown trails 4-2. Logan swings late at this one. It goes off the edge of the bat off the third base side behind the Eagle dugout. The count 0-1. Logan tonight 0 for 2. Only 2 pitches for Adams. That was his third pitch. Be nice for Drake here to bring in Cole Moore. The pitch, this one right into the glove on the grounder for a 4-3 putout for the third out. But hey, some life for Georgetown. They needed some runs. They got them. They picked up 2 runs in that inning. On 2 hits, there were no errors and 1 left on base. We're through 5, top of the 6th. Upcoming, we'll step aside. We'll be right back. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues after this. Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle baseball tonight. Playoff baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. Also wanted to mention this game made possible in part by the Oak Ridge Disciple House. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a nonprofit, faith-based Christian character building ministry geared towards reaching men 18 and older who are broken from substance abuse. Visit them online at the Oak Ridge, not the Oak Ridge, but visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Joshua Harris in the house, the director of the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Great things that the Lord is doing through that ministry. But Josh, also, man, great to have you up here in the booth, and thank you for your sponsorship as well. That ain't why you're up here. You love baseball, and I said, Josh, come on up and help us tonight, my man.
You asked me, I believe it was yesterday, if I wanted to do this, and I think my exact text back to you was, absolutely, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was
it, and I will be here. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity. Not that you ever want to have to fill in for somebody that's not feeling well, but, you know, when God opened up doors to have fun like this and watch our Eagles play ball, I'm going to do it. And so anytime you need help, you just call me, and I have some freedoms to be able to do things like this, and I just love it. So thanks, Rob,
awesome,
for having
man.
me tonight.
Absolutely. Appreciate you up here as well. And talking about who's going to be leading off here in the top of the 6th inning, it'll go back to Chris Gonzalez.
Number 2, Jared Pierce.
It is a new pitcher for Georgetown. It'll be number 2, Jared Pierce. We'll have his information here in just a few moments. So Brooke Hancock is gone. Jared Pierce will be on the mound. And we go back to Chris Gonzalez, who was left there in that fifth, never got a chance to swing at anything. Gonzalez, the eighth in the order. Jared Pierce on the mound, a left-handed pitcher for Georgetown now on the way, and got him on the first pitch for a strike as he looked at it 0-1.
Well, it seems like they're trying to keep some fresh arms in there because Hancock seemed to be still pitching pretty good, but the coaches know what's best, so see what this guy can do for them.
Second pitch on the way, back-to-back strikes, 0-2.
Two really good, solid pitches right there to start this inning.
Jared Pierce only pitching 9 innings this season. Pitch on the way. This one too far outside for the first ball on the third pitch, 1-2. Played in 6 games. He doesn't have a win or a loss. He hasn't finished up a game here this season, so they haven't credited him with a win or a loss.
Just coming in relief and doing good.
He's got a 4.667 ERA, and you know those games coming in, he's tried to have to work through a lot there. 2-2 the count here for Jared Pierce. Pitch on the way, too far outside, a full count, 3-2. Well, last year, Georgetown in the first round, they won the opener and then lost back-to-back games on the second day. Matt Leishman and I thought I was going to have a heat stroke. Matt, man, it was pretty nervous at one point. I thought I would have to take him to the hospital. 3-2. This one's going to ground foul. And I know I kind of, chirped about that, but, man, Matt will tell you it was hot. We were in the middle of the sunlight. And Nathan and I produced a college softball tournament for the SEAC conference here a couple of weekends ago. You can get too much sun. I was sick at my stomach.
So it wasn't in a closed booth like this. It was out in the open. Huh?
3-2. Diving, making the grab. What a play by Noah Thompson in the right field. Wow, Noah Thompson coming alive for Georgetown.
Boy, he really saved one there. That was a great catch, and I'm glad he caught it because if he would have hit and not, it would have gone behind him, and there was nobody in sight there close. So I'm glad. What a great play.
On the payoff pitch, Noah Thompson paying it off big time on that line to right field. It's the ones where we wish we had the video here in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Brings up the catcher. High pitch here to Vince Benavides. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Or actually 1 for 1. Had a hit, reached over to second in the second. Was a hit by a pitch left stranded at third in the fourth. Next pitch on the way, also a ball, 2-0.
With that hair hanging out of the back, am I right? Is he the third baseman there? He's got that longer hair and doing a great job at third base for Ennis. Is that him?
He's the catcher, Benavides.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about at bat right now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Benavides, the
Okay,
catcher.
okay.
Here at the bottom of the order. The right-handed pitch or left-handed pitch. This one popped up into the air. Chasing it down is Ryan Goodnight, and he says good night to Benavides for the second out. 2 up, 2 down on the fly out to the 8th spot. That'll bring up the right fielder back at the top of the order, number 10, Jace Brewer, the left-handed batter. So now we've got a little left-on-left action, my friend.
Yes, that's a good battle here, good team up. See what they can do against each other. That was another great catch. I'm glad he called that other guy off because I thought they were going to run into each other for a second there. But good communication out there in the outfield.
Pitch on the way and hit him. Hit by pitch. And that is the 7th hit by pitch tonight.
This is absolutely unheard of with this Eagle team this year.
I've never seen this in any game anywhere, brother.
Yeah, this has been a lot of loose balls tonight.
That's actually the 6th hit by pitch. I said 7. That's the 6th hit by pitch. Every pitcher tonight, Grayson Smith, Brooks Hancock, Jared Pierce, all committing hit by pitches tonight. That'll bring up second in the order, the center fielder, number 17, Chris McDonald. 2 outs here. Georgetown trails 4-2. Top of the 6th we are. The Eagles, 6 more outs to do work and try to get in this one. The pitch on the way. Too high. Called a ball, 1-0. McDonald is 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch. Scored the second run in the first. Lined one out to left field in the second. Then popped one up to the first baseman in the fourth. Next pitch on the way. Called a ball as well, 2-0.
Third baseman coming over to get him settled down just a little bit. And you wonder with that humidity out there, and it's a big game. It's a playoff game. If the nerves are a little bit sweating, the hands are sweating a little bit. I wonder if we've got a lot of hit by pitches. I wonder if that ball is just a little slipperier tonight.
Coach Brinley, the infield all comes in. Brinley talking things over at the mound now with Jared Pierce. Message coming in a little bit ago from Wyatt Childress' grandparents in Sugar Land in Missouri City, Texas. Go Eagles. Eagle fight never dies. We appreciate the Childress family as always. The umpire's going to break things up. So look, guys.
Yeah.
Raymond wants his noodles.
Barbecuing out there on the mound again. They're not putting up with it tonight.
Be a good idea, you know. Especially those softball matches that all these folks play in. Now some of the softball, they're good folks, but they get a little rowdy. I know because I'm friends with some of them.
I'll tell you what,
some
I
of the
play
best folks
in the
man.
church league, and it's a little rowdy.
It's rowdy
so
in the church league
even
too,
in
man.
the church league, you know.
Well, I know some of those games on the pitch here is going to go low for a ball 3-0. I think that some of those leagues, they would like to have a gas line right there, you know, while they're waiting to wind up, just kind of flipping hot dog buns and patties out there, man.
That's true.
I know several of my buddies would love that. 3-0 the pitch here, and it's going to go low and walked in base on balls. So now runners on 1 and 2. In scoring position is Jace Brewer. McDonald will be over at 1. And after 2 outs, things have really got away from Jared Pierce here as he's allowed 2 to get on. Childress is going to talk things over. Foster's already coming to the mound, and I think we may have another change here. We'll keep it right here, Joshua.
Yeah, I think maybe he's going, well, let's try something different here. Yep, he just I saw him point out to the dugout or out to the bullpen, so I think we've got one coming in.
Well, Joshua, you know what's happening here. I'm going to put this on you.
Okay.
Because here's what happened, brother.
Yes.
The last inning, you said, I'm feeling positive. I feel like good things are happening. And what happened?
We got 2 runs.
Yeah.
We broke it in half.
But you didn't say that here in this inning.
I should have said I'm feeling like we're going to come in and get them 1, 2, 3. Eagle fight never dies, huh?
I believe Reese Grimes is now on the mound for Georgetown, number 4. Just double checking it is Reese Grimes. So Reese Grimes will take the mound for Georgetown, the right-handed pitcher for the Eagles, as he's the closest one to that Jack Engelman submarine style.
Yeah, he does. He's got a great delivery here, and coming in okay. We got a couple men on, but he's got 2 outs, and so if he can come in and get this 1 out, and we can get out of here unscathed, it'll be a good save for him on this inning.
Well, as we look at things for Reese Grimes on this season, of course, number 4, he's pitched in 17.1 innings, 14 games played. He's hit 3 of them by a pitch. He's got a 1.615 ERA, the whip 1.327. And so Reese Grimes has made things happen on the mound for Georgetown, stands with that right foot about center on the rubber. And he's got that sidearm delivery, and that may be a delivery that'll throw things off for the Ennis Lions. It'll be Cade Graff, the shortstop, up to bat next. He's currently on the on-deck circle. Actually, Jaron Hans is in the on-deck circle. Graff is standing just outside of it. You know, one percentage that's always perfect in baseball. You know what that is? It's always perfect in baseball. One specific percentage.
Okay, is that a question you're asking me?
Yeah, it's a question. Which one is it?
Okay, ask the question one more time.
What in baseball is always 100% statistic? Always.
I know it's going to be so silly that I can't answer, but I'm going to let you go ahead and give the answer.
Well, the on-deck percentage.
Yeah.
I
knew it.
That's a Galen.
I'll walk right into that. You set me up, and well, I tell you,
that's a Galen Welnicki joke, by the way. He always says, "Well, he's got a 100% on-deck percentage."
On-deck percentage is 100%.
It will bring up Graff. He is 1 for 3 or 1 for 2 this afternoon. Had a hit, came around and scored the 3rd run in the 1st. First pitch on the way is going to be a strike from that sidearm delivery, 0-1.
I've always been fascinated. I don't know about you, about pitchers that can throw like this, and it just seems like it. You know, they've been doing it for a long time, but their arm, it's just such a unique style, and it's fun to watch.
0-1 the count, 2 outs. This pitch, a swing and a miss as he bit on it and went for it, 0-2.
You know, you and me try to throw it like that, and we'd have a popped elbow about the second pitch.
I just get out of breath looking at the ball before I even throw it, man. It's pretty bad. Graff 1-2 on the evening. Finds himself in an 0-2. The pitch here. Got him looking for the strikeout.
That's exactly what we wanted right there.
No runs on no hits, no errors, 2 left on. There's only been 1 error in this ball game. Brings us through 5.5. Bottom of the 6th inning upcoming. We'll step aside and take a break. Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball presented by Cruisin' Kitchens will continue in a few moments. Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle baseball. New pitcher on the mound now is Jared Hanza. He'll move over to pitcher. He was playing out there at second base. I believe he was replaced by number 3, Drew Graham. So that is your changeup here in the bottom of the 6th inning. I believe that's correct, Joshua.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looks that way, and it looked like they're trying to come in and change it up a little bit on us and throw us off a little bit. This number 1, probably one of their closers. I don't know much about him, but.
Well, Josh, I wanted to mention, of course, you're sponsoring a lot with SHN through our Good Morning Georgetown program here throughout the network. And, you know, it really hit home the work that you guys do at Oak Ridge Disciple House. As my cousin was broadcasting a game, and he actually knows someone who went through that program. And that was awesome to hear my cousin specifically mention that, knowing that I know that you guys do good work, but then hearing it right at home, man, that was unbelievable.
And I love to hear that. We'd love to hear stories about people running into our graduates or having a family member that came through. And you know, it's the most rewarding work to have gone through something like this myself, and then have the opportunity to open up a place to give men that freedom. There's nothing like it.
Oh, goodness. Hunter Savarese was hit in the knee, and he able to run his way over to first, but you know his knee is going to be sore from that one. A hit by a pitch, the first one from Hanza, and that'll put Savarese on first.
Yeah, it caught him pretty good. Looks like he's staying in there, though, and not going to put a pinch runner, so I think he's okay. But it did catch him pretty good. He's got a good leadoff going now.
Bring up the 8th in the order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson, who had that nice grab earlier on the defensive side. Noah is 1 for 2, popped one over to left field in the 2nd. Then had a hit, left stranded at 3rd after a stolen base in the 4th. He is a left-handed batter for the Georgetown Eagles. And trying to pick here on a little 1-3 action. The base runner is safe, Savarese, as Hanza went over there to Clayton Jenkins.
Savarese got back just in time on that one. That was really close. I'm glad we got the call because that was close.
1 ball, no strikes here for Noah Thompson. Again, trying to pick on a 1-3, and Savarese says, I don't think so. My knee may be a little bummed up, but I can still dive. Probably didn't say that. I'm just thinking that.
I bet he thought it, though. He's like, you're not going to slow me down.
Well, the good thing about eating a lot of Whataburger, you got a nice place to rest your arms. Outside pitch here, 1-1.
You know I know all about that, man. I've shown you a picture of me a few years back, and I knew all about that cup holder.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I saw you guys were picking out over at Super Salad.
Super
today,
Salad,
man. I
yes.
gotta get over there and get something to eat, man.
That place is what taught me how to eat healthy, man. I tell you. I had a privilege of doing a commercial for them a few years ago.
Wow.
Once I lost all the weight, and the owner we're good friends with. He takes such good care of us.
Yeah, what
over
is
there.
his name? I know
Glenn.
him. Yeah, Glenn.
Glenn, he's a good
Great guy.
He let me do a commercial for him and show, just kind of share my testimony about how they taught me how to eat healthy. And
That's
so
great, man.
we're very grateful for Super Salad here in Georgetown.
1-1. The pitch too far outside to bring it at 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Glenn is, of course, my IT business. I've done work for Glenn over the years personally, and I tell you what, he's just a great. Good Christian guy and loves what he does.
His background's in law enforcement before he opened up the restaurant, and he loves helping our guys. He's actually hired a few of our guys coming out of the house to help them get back on their feet, and we just love Glenn and his family.
2-1 the count here on Noah Thompson. Savarese at first. Georgetown trails 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're at 9 o'clock now, been on the air 2 hours. A lot of times these games go 2 to 2.5 hours. The pitch on the way. Thompson bit, swung, and struck. 2-2.
Boy, he wanted that one. That was a great pitch to hit, and he just got under it.
2-2 the count here. trying to get his runner into scoring position. That is your tying run at the plate right now on the 2-2. As Hansa looks back over his left shoulder to first. Now the right-handed pitch too far outside. 3-2, payoff pitch upcoming. The payoff pitch high up in the air. And this one will drop as the center fielder goes all the way to the left field. And the base runner, unfortunately, Savarese will have to stay there because he took off before that pitch. So a little fly over to center field. Thompson will be out for the first out. On a fly 8. Wesley Dixon will be pitch hitting for Luke Seaback here at the bottom of the order. Wesley Dixon, a right-handed batter for the Georgetown Eagles. Again, base runner on one is Hunter Savarese with his knee and all, Joshua. Still out there leading off that first base by about 6 feet, trying to pick him on a 1-3, keeping him honest as he's back over there again. I'll tell you, if that knee didn't hurt from that ball hitting it a while ago, it's going to hurt after all this sliding.
You bet. He's really keeping him honest. He's backed him about 4 times now, so he's watching him close.
Hansa keeps looking over that left shoulder. Now lets this one fly as it curves back in. Close to being a strike, but they say too low. 1 ball and no strikes. Here on Wesley Dixon, who is pinch hitting for Luke Seaback. So again, base runner on one. Georgetown trailing 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out. 1-0 count on the way. Savarese takes off to second, and he's going to slide in, and he's got the stolen base. He'll stay at 2. Hunter Savarese continues the stealing ways of Georgetown. And you know what? The stealing ways are okay when it's in baseball, my friend.
You can absolutely steal your heart out and not have to worry about even being arrested.
2-0 the count here on Wesley Dixon. Savarese in scoring position. The tying run at the plate now in a 2-0 with 1 out count. Right-handed delivery. This one swung a little too much on the inside. It goes foul off the third base line in the direction of Coach Brindley of Georgetown, 2-1.
Yeah, he hit that one way high up on the hands. That'll rattle your brain there.
Again, leading off at second is Hunter Savarese. You got to keep an eye on Hansa's. He'll look over that right shoulder from time to time. He does right there, checking. Now the delivery. This one grounds right up the middle. Will he get to 1? He's not able to beat it out, but it will advance Savarese over to third for the second out. That'll line on a 4-3. Wesley Dixon for the second out. Just not enough gas in the tank on that one. He was about a second away from being safe. Now we saw Childress was able to beat it out. This time for Dixon, though, just like I said, not enough juice there.
Not enough juice. Got half the job done, though. Got him over to third.
That's
so
right.
if we can get a little blooper over or something here, we can get another run on the scoreboard.
Back to the top of the order, Cole Posey, who is 0 for 3 tonight. As in the first and the third, both of those flying up to the shortstop. Then he was out on a 5-3 ground out in the 5th. Savarese at third. Your tying run now is Cole Posey at the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Georgetown, 4 more outs to go. They've got to find a way to hit some balls here. Unfortunately, that one called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike for Cole Posey.
Boy, I tell you, the consistency tonight's just been a little crazy. That just looked low, but we'll move forward here.
1-1 the count, 2 outs. As Hansa keeps looking down. This one, a fastball right across the plate for a strike, 1-2.
No, 5 wants that one back. That's the pitch to hit right there.
1-2, 2 outs we are. Bottom of the 6th, 4-2. Georgetown trails here in the opening game, game 1 of the area round playoffs. Time is called here as Kopo steps back. He doesn't want to go 0 for 4. This would be a good time for him.
Yeah, he's due.
Can you say it? Can you give us some positive vibes, Mr. Harris?
Come on, there he goes. Oh,
grounds over. Foster
had
with
the right idea.
Foster had the bare hand out there as he almost pulled that one in. That'll go foul off the third base side. We need those positive vibes, Brother Harris. I know.
I'm staring at him right now. I'm shooting him with these Eagle Fight Never Die eyes, man.
1-2 the count here. 2 outs. Copo trying to advance Savarese. A hit will bring him in. Swing, tip, foul. Thankfully, that one tips. It goes off the back of the brick, and the count remains 1-2.
Stayed alive there on that one. Got a piece of it.
Well, I think the Farmville, whatever that was, I haven't heard the sheep in a while there on the crowd mic, so I think whoever was playing the farm games, it's over. You have to strategically place that crowd mic sometimes. It's not too bad of a deal here at Georgetown. 1-2 the count, 2 outs.
Last week you definitely had a lot of folks talking around you. I think you pulled it back in. I heard listened on the radio. You made a comment about that, how people are just talking right into that mic, I think.
1-2 goes too low for 2 balls now and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Georgetown trails 4-2, bottom of the 6th. Cole Posey at the bat, trying to bring in Hunter Savarese. That would be the 3rd run if he can get him in. 2-2. As Hansa looks down, now time is called by Copo. He gets a little swing and around as he steps out of the box, now back into that right-handed batter's box. Hansa looking down. Kicks up the left leg, the delivery from the right hand. Too far outside, the payoff pitch upcoming, 3-2.
Well, we'll take that all day.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Savarese at 3. Cole Posey trying to bring him in for the 3rd run. Georgetown trails 4-2. The payoff pitch on its way. This one hit over to right field. It's going deep, but it's going to sell, and Brewer should be able to get under it, and he does, to the fly out to right field for the 3rd out. So a tough break there for Copo as he goes 0 for 4, that time on a fly 9. For Georgetown, no runs, no hits, no errors in that inning, but they leave 1 on base. The Eagles trail 3 outs to go. The defense of Georgetown has got to hold things together here and give the offense 1 more opportunity. We'll take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network, presented by our good friends at Cruising Kitchens, will continue in a few moments. Welcome back. Georgetown Eagle Baseball live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. Thank you for joining us here in Game 1 of the Area Round Playoffs, live tonight from Georgetown High School on a beautiful night for baseball here in Central Texas. Georgetown finds themselves in a hole, though, right now, 4-2. The Ennis Lion offense back now at bat. Leading off will be 4th in the order. With that Jack Engelman-esque type pitching that we're so used to years ago. This one, though, hit, delivered over to left field, and that one is gone for the solo home run. Well, the old broadcaster's jinx on that one. Boy, he licked that right where it needed to go, just beyond the 323 gate there at left field, right out. And the Ennis Lions put another run on the board, now leading 5-2.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. He got every single bit of that ball and put it right over that left field wall.
It's definitely not what Georgetown needed here in the top of the 7th inning. 5-2, your score. Hansa, though, man, if you got to talk about a player that has done a great job tonight for Ennis, it has been Hansa.
Yes, he has had a great game tonight.
5-2 the score. Georgetown trails by 3 runs. That'll bring up 5th in the order, the left fielder, number 7, Trevor Oakley. And the first pitch on the way to Trevor. Is that called strike? I believe so. I thought it was a ball.
Wow, I didn't even look at the umpire because I just thought for sure that was.
Next pitch going to ground over to the third baseman, David, trying to get a 5-3 ground out, and he doesn't get there as that one. That's an error there on Georgetown, the first error of this ball game.
We need to get.
Well, that's the second for the Eagles now.
I know we're getting a little nervous here. We need to get settled down a little bit and get these outs and not get careless.
Oakley will reach on an E5 for the second error of this ball game by the Georgetown Eagles. That's a tough break there. So base runner is on 1 for Ennis. Grimes trying to pick on a 1-3, keeping that base runner honest. This is a Georgetown team that has won 22 games in a row, dating back before district season starts. They go 16-0 in 19-5A. Their toughest challenge, though, and they haven't been in this hole all season. Pitch here too far to the outside. And the count at 1-1 now on Clayton Jenkins. Jenkins for Ennis is 0 for 3. Had a 5-3 ground out for the second out in the first. Pop one up to right field in the third, and then out on a 1-3. You'll remember that one as the catcher had to flip it back over in the 6th. Or beg your pardon, in the 5th. 1-1 the count. Base runner on 1 for Ennis. No outs here. And that runner takes off. Childress, is he going to throw it in time? And that is a stolen base. That time he could not get there. Oakley will still into scoring position now at second base. And things for Georgetown slipping away here in the 7th inning. They've still got some life, though. There's 3 outs, but they have got to clean up some mistakes here in this 7th inning.
You're absolutely right. We've got to get these outs, and we've got to get in and get some hits.
This one ground, and what a grab by Jeffrey David over to the first baseman for the out and back over. They were trying to get the double, and that one got thrown away, and he is going to come in and score here on the air. That one by Cole Moore, I believe. Call that one an E3 will bring in Jenkins.
Well, I like what they tried there. That was it wasn't that bad of a throw. I think it just got away from him, but they almost had a good double play there.
It was an E3 actually, as Oakley came in to score, and Jenkins though was out on the 5-3. That's 1 out, but Georgetown has allowed 2 runs, and we're going to see another pitching change here as Reese Grimes will head over, and that will bring in. That does it for Reese. Boy, Georgetown is going to 5 pitchers now.
Yep.
6-2. The Eagles have not been in this situation all season here in district play.
Well, this is what's going to show us what this team's really all about. I like what the coach said last week when you were interviewing him. He said, we're undefeated, but the season starts right now, and so, this shows what the team's all about. And even if we got to go into 2 tomorrow, it's going to really show the steel of this team. So, well, we still got some life. We still got, like you said, 3 outs to go. Get these guys out and get up there and get some hits.
Well, 6-0 is the current score for the Georgetown Eagles. New pitcher on the mound. Will have his information here in just a few moments. And that was a switch actually earlier. Joshua, I'll be right back, and we'll have that. I'll be right back in just a few moments. We'll keep things right here, though.
You get that figured out, Rob.
Yeah, on the mound for Georgetown. Switched up his jersey tonight. It's Ryan Courtney for the Georgetown Eagles.
The old jersey switch.
Maybe the old switcherooski.
Maybe that the what do they call that? My kids have those books, and they call it the switcheroo, or
I'm not sure, man.
Dr. Seuss.
There you go. Yeah,
Dr. Seuss switcheroo.
Ryan Courtney, 6.1 innings pitched this season. 6 games he's played in. Allowed 12 hits, 8 runs. His ERA, 6.632. Georgetown now.
You know, these relief pitchers have it tough because they
Yep.
come in, like you said,
They've got to
with
take care
they
of it.
come in with bases loaded all the time, and so you hear that 6, and you're like, goodness, but it's not always their fault, that's for sure.
Galen Welnicki sending us a Facebook Live message saying, "Go Eagles." Galen, thoughts and prayers continue your way, my friend. Glad you're at home, resting at Temple, watching. We appreciate you. 5-2 the score. Georgetown trails here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. We're 1 away. Courtney will try to give some life back here. This pitch, though, up too high to Ryan Cavas, a designated hitter. The early count 1-0. Actually, that is another change here, too, in this ball game. Next pitch on the way. That one inside for a strike, 1-1.
It's a good pitch there, right on the inside. And a few more of those coming in.
One delivery here from Courtney. The pitch on the way. This one grounds over to Cole Posey, and on a 6-3, got him. Wasn't able to beat it out for the second out on a 6-3. That was
Great dig in the
Casas
ground.
out there.
Yeah, great dig in the ground with for the first baseman to come up with that one. It was a little low, but he came up with it and got the out.
Good job there by Cole Posey. It's just not been Georgetown's night tonight. This is an uncharacteristic, a team that has won 22 in a row. And here in the area around, struggling against a very athletic and capable Ennis team.
They came to play, that's for sure. We're going to have to be ready tomorrow.
High pitch here to Gonzalez for the first ball, 1-0.
And that's the thing, Rob, as you know, we're going back to their house tomorrow, so they're going to be fired up. We're going to have to be ready to play.
1-0 the count. The pitch on the way, again too high. Makes it 2 balls, no strikes here. 2 outs, nobody on. Georgetown trailing 6-2 here in the top of the 7th inning against this Ennis Lions baseball club. A team that finished 3rd in their district, came off a thriller in that Temple series in the opening round. Next pitch, though, right across the plate, called strike 2-1. Two-one delivery off the right hand. Almost hit him again. Boy, if he would have, that would have been the 7th hit by pitch tonight.
That's what's killed us tonight, I tell you.
Oh, like I said, we can open up another tattoo shop
I
here.
tell you, we got one already. We don't need another one, I don't think.
3-1. This one popped way up into the air. That may be catchable as Wyatt Childress is going to look up at it, and he has it for the 3rd out. Well, allowing 2 runs in that inning, though. Those 2 runs coming off of 1 hit. There was 2 errors and nobody left on base. Georgetown trails 6-2. Bottom of the 7th, Georgetown 3 more outs to try to do something here. They've got to score 4 runs to tie this up. Can they do it? We've got the faith, man, so we'll see what these Eagles can do. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues after this. Back in action here, the bottom of the 7th inning. Georgetown 3 outs to work with here. Leading off will be second in the order, the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress. Wyatt is 1 for 2 this evening. Then it'll be the first baseman, third of the order, number 23, Cole Moore. On the way again, too far outside. 2 balls and no strikes here for Wyatt Childress. So Wyatt in a good count here as the batter. Nobody on for Georgetown. I know we've said it, but just setting the scenario here at Georgetown High School, they've only got 3 outs to work with to try to score 4 runs. Childress trying to get things rolling for the Eagles. A left-handed pitch on the way. This one, boy, a ball again, and that looked close as a fastball. Thought it was across, but the umpire going to say it's too high. 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, he called that high, but I tell you what, that looked like a pretty good pitch. But, we'll take it at this point.
The 3-0 delivery. Childress going to look at it for a strike, 3-1. That's a good eye there. If you're that ahead in the count, you just see what he throws at you. Take a gamble, and hopefully you can reach on a base on balls. 3-1, no outs. Georgetown trails 6-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch on the way. Tip foul, 3-2, full count, payoff upcoming.
Well, he took a big rip at that one, boy. I tell you, if he could have got a hold of it, it would have been a nice shot. He's got the count full.
3-2 payoff pitch for Bragg on the mound of the Ennis Lions. Now time is called by Wyatt Childress as he steps back. Cole Moore may have been a little too far outside of that on-deck circle. Also, the umpire looked over to his direction. Left-handed pitch on the way. This one grounds out of the reach. That's going to be a base hit for Wyatt Childress.
Well hit ball there.
So a leadoff hit for Wyatt Childress. Over to first. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 23, Cole Moore. Cole in this ball game, 1 for 2.
And that's the way we're going to need to do it, is just one hit at a time right now. Not get anxious, not get nervous. Just get up there and get your cuts in and take it one hit at a time, and let's get these bases filled up.
Cole Moore, the left-handed hitter for the Georgetown Eagles. The pitch on the way, looked at it for a strike, 0-1. Looked at it for a Steve right.
Yeah, he looked that one right down. I tell you, I think he probably want that one back. I know I say that a lot, but, sitting up here it's a little easier. But
well, I'm feeling positive up here on this 0-1. This one hit foul way off the third base side, 0-2. Boy, what a game so far by the Ennis Lions, though. Give those boys credit. They have came in here, traveled over 140 miles down here to Georgetown, Texas. And they said, we're not going to let that number 4 ranking, TexasHighSchoolBaseball.com. The coaches poll has them at number 6 in 5A in the state of Texas. 0-2 delivery.
You're right, though. The Lions didn't come in intimidated. They just came in and played their ball, and they've done a good job tonight. You can't take that away from them. Let's hope that travel tomorrow for us, 140 miles, is going to bring us the same kind of good mojo,
Good mojo, yo.
Yo.
1-2. Had to inchworm outside of this one to even it up at 2-2. Well, again, Wyatt Childress on first. Georgetown, only 3 outs here to try to get this ball game tied or take the lead, but they've got to get 4 runs. No outs, 2-2. Cole Moore. The pitch on the way. Too far outside, 3-2. Childress is going to head over to second on a wild pitch.
We'll take that. I don't know if the catcher forgot that there was somebody on first, but he just kind of sat there for a minute, and it went by him, and he looked. And so Childress said, I'll take second base.
Yeah, and Childress wasn't in the act of stealing. He didn't take off until after that wild pitch, so he can't be credited for the steal there. 6-2 the score, 6-2. Georgetown trails by 4. Cole Moore here on a payoff pitch. Runner in scoring position is Childress. The pitch on the way. Walked him. So base runners now on 1-2, no outs. The positive vibes are coming from the booth tonight from the Georgetown fans.
Eagle fight never dies.
That'll bring up the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitch. Ryan had a hit. A stolen base, was left stranded at third in the 5th for the second out. He is 1 for 2 this evening. He popped one up to first base in the 1st. Reached on a walk in the 3rd, but was left stranded. The first pitch on the way to good Neitch is a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, he's due for a good hit here, and I think if he can be patient and wait on a good pitch, I think he can get a hold of one here.
6-2 the score. Base runners on 1 and 2. Pitch, that one looked like it was too close inside, but called a strike. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was definitely inside on him, and he even moved back a little bit. So this umpire's he's being pretty picky tonight.
1-1 delivery. Swung at this one, hit it foul off the first base side. The count 1-2. Georgetown 27, 7-1, 16-0 in district play, 22 games in a row. None of that matters. They want the win here.
Yeah.
Grounder next to Coach Brindley off the first base side. Goes foul. 1-2. The count remains for Ryan Goodnight.
Nobody wants that straight to end, but we sure do want a victory, though, no matter what it takes.
Well, this is your 5th run at the plate. If Knights can knock this one out of the park, Georgetown would only trail by 1. They have no outs here on a 1-2. Knights is going to ground this one over to the third baseman, and he tried to tag, and he got him. Tag out there on Wyatt Childress as he goes over to third. Ryan Knights will reach.
We've hit it hard a few times at that line's third baseman, but he's done a good job on defense. Got to give him his credit tonight. He's played a good third base.
So Childress will be out there. A tag by the third baseman. We'll call that a 5U for the first out. Knights will reach on the fielder's choice. Now batting, number 7, the third baseman, Jeffrey David. David is 0 for 2. Out unassisted in the third. And then had that sacrifice fly in the 5th that got things going a little bit for Georgetown. A pitch on the way. Gets the inside corner for a strike, 1-1, or the outside corner, rather.
With David batting .330 this season, he's got the know-how how to do it. He's just got to put that bat on the ball and make it happen.
One delivery. Too far inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th, we are 1 out, 2-1 the count. Pitch here, up too high, 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, 1 ball away from bases loaded. And, boy, that could set up Logan Drake.
Logan wants that kind of setup, too, as he comes up.
3-1 delivery. Too high, walked him. Bases loaded for the Georgetown Eagles. Childress is already out. Cole Moore will move over to third. Ryan Knights to second. And Jeffrey David on the walk will be at first. And that isn't Logan Drake. We'll see. Is it? No.
It's number 12.
No, it's another hitter here for Georgetown in the game.
Pinch hitter, huh?
Yeah, it's the pinch hitter. It's not Logan Drake. There is going to be a pitching change as well as number 16 heads over to the mound. We'll take a quick break. We'll get everything figured out. We'll come right back. Don't go anywhere. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues after this. Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle Baseball live tonight on SHN Sports, where the Georgetown Eagles on their home field here in Game 1 of the area round versus the Ennis Lions trail. The Ennis Lions 6-2. 1 out it is. New pitcher on the mound for the Lions.
Well, everything that we were hoping for this last inning to come up has happened. I mean, we couldn't have written it better to have the bases loaded now and one out. I mean, we'd like to have no outs, but one out is good. And so let's see what can happen here. This is playoff baseball. This is what it's all about, you know.
Well, this is 5 pitchers now for both Ennis and Georgetown. For Ennis, this will be number 16, Andrew Zmalik on the mound. And instead of Logan Drake, it will be a pinch hitter. That will be number 12, Jackson Seosin for Logan Drake. So Jackson Seosin, the right-handed hitter for Georgetown. Behind him on deck is Hunter Savarese. Bases loaded. This is your tying run at the plate. Can Georgetown pull off the miracle? We've got the faith up here, Josh.
Yes, we do.
Pitch on the way, 2 close inside, 1-0. Remember, a walk will force a run.
And keep the bases loaded. You know, Jackson would like to be a hero here and really pull it around. So we are believing in you, Jackson.
On a night where Georgetown again packs the house, the 1-0 delivery, 2 close inside again, 2-0.
You're absolutely right. It's standing room only out there. And they're standing up on – I don't think there's any – they're standing up on their feet mostly all around, hoping that Jackson can get him a big hit here.
Well, over 500 tickets, I believe, sold to the opening round versus Brenham here at home, and it's got to rival that here tonight. Pitch on the way. That one too far outside. 3-0 the count.
Way ahead of the count here. He has the opportunity now to just be real patient and take a base if he can or wait on a good one to hit.
Well, if he can get a ball here, that will force Cole Moore in for the third run. 6-2 your score. Bases loaded, 1 out. 3-0 delivery. Up high, forced the run. Walked him. Cole Moore will come in and score 3 now. 6-3 your score. Knights will head over to third, David over to second, and Jackson Seosin to first. Back-to-back walks give Georgetown a 3-run deficit. And now your lead runner, your lead scorer, Hunter Savarese, at the plate right now.
Well, here we go. This is what this Georgetown team was all about.
The pitch to Savarese as it comes in for a strike, 0-1.
We need to live up to our Eagle Fight Never Dies. I mean, that's what it's all about with all these Georgetown teams. Never quit.
Savarese stands stranded in the right-handed batter's box. This one grounds over to the third baseman. He's going to tag, and he got him out. Unassisted. Cade Graft there on the 3U as
we pick up a run.
We did pick up 1 run. Knights came in and scored, but David will be out on the 3U for the second out. Savarese will reach on the choice.
Well, this is where we want to pick up a double or better here to keep this thing going.
6-4 the score. Georgetown trails by 2, 2 outs. Noah Thompson, the left-handed batter, at there now. The pitch, boy, that one looked far outside, and they call a strike. 0-1.
Catcher slid out on that one even. That was very surprising.
Runners on 1 and 2 for Georgetown. Your lead run is at home plate right now. 6-4 the score. Tying run is at first. Boy, knocked this out of the park, and it's game over. 0-1, 2 outs.
Come on, 17.
Noah Thompson, the left-handed hitter, versus the right-handed pitching. On its way. Swings. This one is going. This one is going out to right field, and it is gone.
It's gone.
Oh, it goes out in front of the land. It goes out, but Georgetown is going to come around and bring 2 in. They tie the game. 6-6 to score. 2 runs. That one was almost out of the park. It fell right inside on the right side, but Georgetown brings in 2 runs, and we've got a tie ball games and a fresh set of energy, folks. 6-6 to score. That'll move the runner over to third. Georgetown coming alive here in the bottom of the 7th. And boy, for our radio listeners, I apologize. That one looked like it was gone. The fans thought it was gone at the last minute. It dropped out there at right field, but Georgetown, brother, ties it up at 6 apiece. Wow, what a hit. by the Georgetown Eagles and Noah Thompson.
But I tell you what, Noah Thompson got every bit of that, and you're right. And if it wasn't that 75% humidity out there tonight, that thing might have been gone. But it did saturate just a little bit and drop. But we all thought it was out of this park. But I tell you what, he did a great job, stayed in there, and got a great hit.
Well, that'll bring up number 8, Luke Seaback, bottom of the order. A fresh set of energy here at Eagle Field tonight. We're tied 6 apiece. Georgetown coming alive, scoring 4 runs. Seaback has a runner. A hit will bring him in. Looks for the bunt. He almost got hit, and they say no. And, boy, I tell you right there, he almost got hit on that one.
That looked very close. As a matter of fact, it must have hit him off of the bunt because that ball did hit him a little bit, but it must have been off of the bat a little bit. So
the count 0-2. Trying to bring in. He's got the score, Noah Thompson. If he can get a hit, that'll bring it and end the game.
We are one swing away from a victory.
Pitch on the way, but a swing and a miss will retire Noah Thompson.
Well, you know what? I'm not mad at him. That is the inning that they wanted to have. And now we've got to, the way to look at it, Rob, is a brand new ball game. We've got to come in now and get this thing closed up. So,
Georgetown,
boy, what a great effort.
Scoring 4 runs on 2 hits in that inning. No errors. They leave 1 on base, but the Eagles right back in this one. 6-6 the score. And on the mound for Georgetown, we'll have his number here in just a few moments. I apologize, my phone died. So we'll step away. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. Extra innings here. Top of the 8th upcoming. We'll be right back after this.
Well,
Back in action here from Georgetown High School. We've got a new pitcher on the mound. It is now the 6th pitcher tonight. It'll be number 9, Grant Wood. We've got a tie ball game, folks, after Georgetown scoring 4 runs in the bottom of that 7th inning. And I apologize on the missed call there. I think the excitement for everybody, I thought for sure that was a walk-off homer
I
for
don't
Georgetown.
think anybody, Rob, nobody would blame you because everybody in this stadium thought that thing was out of here. And it just at the last moment, like you said, just the bottom dropped out. But what a great hit.
I think it's the wind here. This pitch going to be called a strike. 0-1 on the leadoff for Ennis, or actually the bottom of the order, Vince Benavides. 0-1 the count. Grant Wood on the mound. And time is called here as Benavides steps out of the box. Now back into it. Again, thanks for joining us. Exciting Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball continues here in the top of the 8th. This one, swing, got up under it. Goodnight's going to try to track it down, and he has it. Little line out there to center field for the first out.
That'll bring up the right fielder, number 10, Jace Brewer.
Move back to the top of the order, the right fielder, number 10, Jace Brewer. Left-handed batter. Grant Wood on the mound, a right-handed pitcher to the left-handed batter. Brewer, 0 for 1, hit by a pitch twice tonight. Boy, he is going to have to soak in some ice.
Number 10 is taking it a little bit tonight.
We called a ball or a strike. I missed that one.
That
Pitch
was a ball.
here, and that's too far inside. 2-0 the early count here on Brewer. Well, the rest of the order stays for Georgetown as far as the defensive stand out there. Grant Wood on the mound, Childress behind the plate. The pitch here, this one popped way up into the air out to left field, chasing it down and making. No, he did not. That one took a bounce. It was a good try there by Hunter Savarese, but that is a stand-up double for Brewer.
Boy, he came so close to that. I thought he had it as well, and then at the last moment it took that bounce. But good effort.
In scoring position now on one out is Brewer. Great hit by him moments ago. That'll bring up second in the order the center fielder, number 17, Chris McDonald. Wood thought about going over to the second baseman, keeping that base runner honest there at second. McDonald stands with that right foot right on the line. Left foot farther back in the right-handed batter's box. The pitch on the way. That one right across the plate on the fastball for a strike, 0-1. Getting a little bonus coverage here tonight. Top of the 8th inning, Georgetown was trailing 6-2. They score 4 runs in that 7th inning. Looking for a bunt here, too far outside, and wow, Georgetown wanted the strike, and the fans are not happy. The umpire had to look over to the first baseman, and he said, no, that was a ball, 1-1. Georgetown fans not happy. I couldn't agree with them more.
Not happy about that call at all.
1-1, 1 out. Tie ball game, 6 apiece. Too far outside, 2-1. Yeah, I think that gust of wind out there is what brought that ball down.
Yeah,
you look at it, and it's just barely blowing and then gusting. Swing and a miss here to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, if Georgetown can hold on here on the defensive end, they've got clearly got the momentum on the offense right now.
You know, that wind has picked up a little bit. You're right, because when we were looking earlier, when the sun was out a little bit, those flags weren't blowing like that.
Looked like a fastball here, but it's going to be too low on the fastball to make it a full count at 3-2. So the base runner, Brewer, after that hit moments ago, is at second in scoring position. 1 out, countdown on the board. 3-2-1 we are. Right-handed pitch, and walked him. Going to bring up third in the order, the shortstop, number 5, Cade Graff. So just a very different Georgetown team, and I know that's easy to say when your team is down or struggling after they've won 22 in a row, but just really the composure, though, it seems totally different. But also, I don't want to take away credit from this Ennis Lion Club. They have played a great game.
They have, and I think, like you said, during the season, not that you're not playing worthy opponents, but we're in the second round now, taking it to a different level, and so it's great baseball, that's for sure. But I'm glad that they were able to tie it up, and it's going to be fun to see what happens here.
First pitch a strike, second pitch on the way, grounds foul off the first base side. The count at 0-2.
Sure would like to get 5 to hit into a double play here and get these guys back up to bat.
5 is Cade Graff for the Ennis Lions. 6-6 your score, top of the 8th. Base runners on 1 and 2, 0-2 count. Grant Wood on the mound for Georgetown. He is the 6th pitcher tonight. Looks over, kicks up, right-handed pitch, swing and a miss. Got him striking for the second out, and Georgetown trying to get a double play over to the first baseman.
Boy, that was another close one. We almost got him coming back to first.
When I say a double play, he was just trying to get him out there on a...
We'll take a double play any way we can get it right now, right, Rob?
Well, a strikeout swinging will be the second out. That'll bring up fourth in the order, cleaning up the second baseman, number 1, Jaron Hanza. Hanza had that hit, came around and scored in the 7th to start extending that lead. Wood looks over. Now the pitch on the way. Too low. 1 ball, no strikes. Get base runners on 1 and 2. 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning we are. Georgetown on the defense. Trying not to bring these runners in to score. Pitch here, laced up, jumped over the head. That's going to be a base hit and a run scored. Coming around, base runners will now be at the corners, and a run scored here by Brewer. Give the RBI to Hanza.
Yeah, that was just a well hit ball by the Lions.
So now runners on the corners. It'll be McDonald at third, Hansa at 1. That'll bring up fifth in the order, Trevor Oakley. Seven to 6. Ennis takes the lead back. Georgetown still going to have a chance, though, in the bottom of the 8th, but they've got to get one more out here. Pitch looked close. The fans wanted it. Boy, that looked like it dropped in for a strike. No call, 1-0. 1-0 delivery. Swing this one. It's going to go over. Georgetown, Cole Posey to Como. Copo to Como on a 6-3 put out for the third out, but not before one run was scored on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1.
Yeah, little damage done there.
On.
Little damage done there, but not a whole lot, so we can get some hits here and get this run back and go ahead, too, with one more.
Actually, they left 2 on, so Georgetown there able to hold back. We'll keep things right here, Joshua. Through 7.5, bottom of the 8th upcoming. Georgetown trails by 1, 7-6. We'll keep the good faith vibes rolling up here in the broadcast booth as Georgetown has got a score here. They've got 3 outs to work with, trailing by 1. Hey, they had to score in the last inning. It was a milestone to climb. They were down 6-2. They score 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Boy, we thought that was a walk-off home run. Unfortunately, it wasn't, as the wind caught it right at the last minute and dropped it.
You better believe we were in here packing up already. And looks like 16's on the mound. Is that who was out this last time?
That is, it's Andrew Zmolik.
Okay.
Good news for Georgetown, though. As far as on the offensive end, we move back to the top of the order again. It's the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey, followed by the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress, and then the first baseman, number 23, Comore. 9:48 Central Time. We are here at Georgetown, Texas. Thanks for sticking with us all night here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp, alongside Joshua Harris. Nathan Height up here with us as well. Thanks for joining us.
Nathan's doing a great job, Nathan. Thank you so much.
Cole Posey, all eyes on me.
Cole Posey would like to get an all eyes on me walk-off home run here and just let's get it finished out.
The pitch here, called a strike on the corner. 0-1 the early count on Cole Posey, who's 0 for 4 tonight. Smolik, right-handed pitch. This one too low to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
No, you're good. Miss Hall, she's crazy.
1-1 delivery off the right hand. This one is hit in a line out to left field. Right into the glove of Trevor Oakley for the first out.
Well hit ball, boy. He really made it. Got all of it, but just straight to that left fielder. But it was hard hit ball. Had the right idea, just a little too much on it.
Brings up Wyatt Childress, second in the order. The pitch on the way to Wyatt, too low, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, the pressure back on Georgetown now with 1 out. They've got 2 more outs. They've got to score a run here, trailing 7-6. Right-handed pitch on the way. Pulls back, called a ball, 2-0.
Way ahead now, or getting ahead. Be patient up there. Wait on his pitch. Get him on base and get him around again. He's got those great legs, so lots of speed.
2-0 the count. Smolik, the pitch on the way. Too low into the inside, 3-0.
Find a little favor with the umpire there. That was the
3-0 pitch. Looked low and in, but they called it a strike. I mean, the pitch right before that was even farther to the right, and it was called a ball.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, but you just never know. I don't think whatever it looked like he was going to swing at that one at 3-0, so he'll be looking a little harder this time.
3-1 the count, 1 out. Nobody on for Georgetown, trailing 7-6. This one grounds foul. Now it's full count at 3-2.
Here we go.
Well, brother, we got the faith in the booth.
We got the faith in the booth.
We got the happy vibes.
Happy vibes. If I had a hat on, it'd be turned inside out right now. But it is in spirit, and we just need 20 to be patient. Anything close, though, you know he's going to get that call, so he needs to hit it.
Little Woody Harrelson there from an old basketball movie where he used to wear his hat inside out.
Yeah, the rally caps, they call them.
3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming as Childress adjusts his glove, calls time. Colmore on deck. Steps back in. Childress. Zmolik on the mound. Right-handed pitch on the way. This one hit foul. Way over off the third base side. Had a lot up under it, but
He sure did. He came around on it. He wanted that one.
well, both teams. I'll say both teams. Georgetown has been through 6 pitchers tonight. Ennis through 5 here with Andrews Molik.
I think about 10, 11 batters hit between the two teams, too. It's been a messy game tonight.
Payoff pitch grounds over right into the glove of the third baseman, trying to get it, but he does on a routine 5-3, and Georgetown is 1 out away now from falling in game 1. That'll bring up Cole Moore, though, the first baseman. He can hit it if he gets a lick on it.
Yes.
There's still hope for the Eagles here. It'll be on the bat of Cole Moore. The pressure's on. He is the one to handle the pressure. Left-handed batter for Georgetown. This is an Ennis Lion team that came back in game 3, trailing 4 to beat Temple. Georgetown was trying to work that same magic, but find themselves 1 out away from their first loss after 22 in a row.
Yep.
But still some hope here for Cole Moore. Pitch on the way. Bit at it, but pulled back. 1-0. The Ennis fans aren't happy about that one.
This is where we need 23 to rip a good one as a left-hander down that right field line real good. And get him a couple of bases or get it out of here.
With barely any wind trickling, it's gusting from time to time, but the flags are low now. That one called a strike.
Yep, he wanted that
1-1.
one.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Georgetown trails 7-6. Ennis 1 out away from a victory here to take game 1. Game 2 tomorrow, 2 p.m. on the SHNSports.com network, as well as 106.7. Cole Moore hits this one foul over off the third base side. Again, we encourage you, even though we'll be on local FM radio and online, we encourage you to make the trip up to Ennis, Texas tomorrow. We need all of the sea of blue, the ocean of blue tomorrow.
That's right. We're not going to talk about that till this is over, but we're going to need everybody there to support these guys. They've had a great season, and they deserve it.
Pitch on the way. Cole Moore is going to try to get there, and he does. That is an error.
Yep, dropped it.
As he dropped it, that is going to be an E4 as Cole Moore will reach. He would have been out, but the second baseman had it and then dropped it.
Well, we caught a break there, I tell you what, and we've got to go ahead run at the plate, and a pinch runner coming in.
Yeah, pinch runner comes in for Cole Moore.
Now running the first base, number 10, Jared Ross.
That's Jared Ross out there.
Eagles, number 6, Ryan Knight.
Ryan Knight reached on a fielder's choice, able to come around and score as part of that 4-run rally of the 7th. Ryan Knight, your tying run at first. If Ryan Knight can knock this one out of the park, that would do it. He would walk off. The pitch on the way. Got him on a strike on the corner. 0-1. Pressure shifts now to Ryan Goodnight. Cole Moore's got to be careful at first. He's leading off. Or beg your pardon, Jared Ross, a pinch runner. On a swing and a miss.
Boy, I tell you
0-2.
He wanted that one. all out for that pitch. And that was a great pitch to hit. That's the one he wanted. I hope he gets another one like that, another opportunity.
0-2, 2 outs. Georgetown trails by 1. Base runner on 1. Ryan Neitch at bat. Trying to keep this game alive for the Eagles. Pitch on the way, too far and high up. Cole's going to have to, or Jared Ross is going to have to get back, and he does in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anxious crowd here at Georgetown. Prayer hands are up all over. 1-2. Pitch. Swung at it. Got him, and that's the game.
Oh,
Tough one for the Georgetown Eagles tonight, but the credit goes to the Ennis Lions. Georgetown tried to rally in the 4th. They couldn't hold it. In the bottom of the 8th, no runs for Georgetown. No hits. 1 error. And 1 left on base. We'll step aside. Josh, I'll let you talk for a little bit. I'm going to go down and talk to Coach Adam Foster after this one. We'll take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball continues. I'll leave it here with you, Joshua.
well, as the players come out and congratulate each other and look at each other for tomorrow, it was a tough game for the Eagles. We had a lot of mental things that could have gone better and some hit batters and things like that. But I think we're going to put a game plan together tonight and go down to Ennis, Texas tomorrow, and we're going to have to win 2, though. So, but we can do it. I do want to invite everybody to come out, and I know it's a little bit of a drive, but I think it'll be well worth it if we go down there in force and show these guys that we love them and that we're proud of them. I think it'll mean the world to them. So we want to fill that stadium up with blue and show them that Eagle Fight never dies. And Rob's going to go down now and talk to the coach and hear his thoughts on tonight's game. But I tell you what, we're real proud of them because they never gave up. Came back in the 7th inning and scored those 4 runs to tie it up. And, at that point, it's a brand new ball game. And Ennis just came out on top tonight. So that's okay. We're proud of them and the season that they've had, and it's not over yet. We'll go down there and get those 2 victories tomorrow, continue in the playoffs. Crowd starting to filter out now, and wind looks like it's even kicking up even more now. Texas weather, you just never know. Wait a minute, it'll change on you. Looks like Rob is setting up now to talk to the coach, and we'll turn it over to Rob now.
Can you guys up in the booth? Joshua, do you got me?
Rob,
you got me, Joshua? Thumbs up?
You're ready to go.
Okay, Joshua Harris. Hey, down here with Noah Thompson, our SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle player of the game. Hey, Noah, 8 innings. I know a tough loss here after winning so many in a row, but hats off to you guys. You were down 6-2 going into that final frame. Talk about that hit that gave your team a little life. We thought it was gone, but the wind dropped it right there at the last minute. But talk about that hit that gave your team a little bit of life here in this one.
We just fought hard till the end, gave everything we had, and be ready for tomorrow.
Noah, going through a lot of pitchers tonight. Georgetown through 5 pitchers. Talking about Ennis going through 6. That's got to be a positive thing, though, for you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Can you talk about, I know after a loss, but still got to have some confidence going in tomorrow at Ennis?
We're really deep on the mound, and everybody can play a role and play a part, which separates us from other teams.
Noah, a lot of kiddos getting hit tonight. Were you in that mix? Did you get hit or not?
No, sir.
So, but beyond most teams, we saw a lot of it. But, hey, tomorrow, 2 o'clock, I know the Eagle fan, they'll show up in an ocean again. Noah, final thoughts, anybody you want to send a shout-out to tonight, young man?
Shout out to God, my parents, your girlfriend, Raquel.
Awesome. Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it. Noah Thompson, our SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle, the player of the game. Now here with Coach Adam Foster. Coach, 8 innings, a tough one tonight. A lot of players on both sides getting hit by pitches. Just talk about that tonight, Coach. I know a tough one here for Georgetown.
Yeah, we didn't command the strike zone like we have in the past. we had a little adversity, and we didn't handle it really well tonight at first. And then, in typical fashion for us, we came back and made it interesting. Had a huge knock by Noah there, but the 3 at-bats before him to take the walks and not be greedy there. We squared up some balls tonight, went right at them, and, this is baseball. They got one more hit when they needed it than we did.
Coach, you guys go through 6 pitchers tonight. Ennis goes through 5. How does that affect Game 2 tomorrow at 2 p.m. up in Ennis High School?
Well, I don't think it affects Game 2. It probably affects Game 3 a lot. Well, they showed us their top 4, and we ran out, our best guys. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, Coach, in this one, Georgetown falls, but you still got to be happy at some point, at least with that comeback there in the 7th. Talk about that rally for Georgetown as they were down 6-2 coming back. Noah Thompson with a big hit to give Georgetown some. We thought it was gone. I miscalled the play. I think all the fans did too. But still, you got to be happy with that performance in the 7th.
Yeah, the wind's blowing the wrong way for that one to be gone. He'd had to hit it towards the scoreboard. But, kudos to the kids for not ever giving up, not going away. We, for 6 innings, we struggled. I think we probably left 11, 12 guys on base, and we just couldn't get that knock when we needed it, and that's kind of been our MO. So I expect for us to do that and take care of business tomorrow.
Awesome, Coach. We can't wait to get up there. We're hoping for an ocean of blue. We don't want to see. We want an ocean, man. So we'll be up there tomorrow this game.
Huge thank you to everybody that showed up tonight. That was an awesome crowd.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate your time. Georgetown falls tonight, but hope still on the line. They have got a big game coming up tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and then Game 3, if necessary, will be 30 minutes after that game. But again, friends, as I've said down here on the sideline, Georgetown Eagle fans, show up tomorrow. We need an ocean of Eagle blue out there. I'll head back up to the booth. Joshua, I'll send it back up to you. And for some closing remarks, I'll come back up there and join you. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues.
Well, great interview there with Rob and the coach and player of the game. And just like they said, just some tough things happened tonight. And left some players or left some runners on that we shouldn't have, and some hit batters and things like that. But you know what? I believe in this Eagle team, and just like in that 7th inning when they didn't quit and they came back and scored those 4 runs to tie it up, I believe with all my heart that we're going to go down there tomorrow and we're going to win that first one. And then that second game, that's going to be an exciting game because it's going to be tied up 1-1, and may the best team win. But we're here in Georgetown, and we love our Eagles. And we believe that we're going to come away and get those 2 victories tomorrow and continue on in the playoffs. But what a great night it's been, and to go in extra innings is always fun as well. So that's what playoff baseball and playoffs period, especially in high school athletics, is all about. It's you're playing different levels, and we saw that tonight. And so we'll make some adjustments, and we'll be better for it tomorrow. And looking forward to a great day. Looks like the weather's going to be really nice. It's going to be a little bit warm, but looks like it's going to be really nice. No rain in sight. So come on out, please. Come on out and drive down there with us and head down there to Ennis, Texas. And first pitch tomorrow is going to be at 2 o'clock. And then that game, I believe, from what Rob has told me, it'll be about 45 minutes, Rob, and then that second game will be played once those Eagles get that first victory. Is that about how it works?
That's right. I like the faith, my friend. So
absolutely.
Well, hey, Georgetown, a heartbreaker tonight, but you still got to give them credit. As we break this one down, Ennis comes out swinging tonight. Errors on the Georgetown side, though, allowed Ennis to get 3 runs. They take a 3-0 lead in the first. Another run by Ennis in the second, 4-0 at that point. We go through a couple of innings. Georgetown finally gets on the board in the 6th with 2 runs. At that point, 6-2. No runs in the 6th. And then in that 7th inning, I talk about the 5th actually is what I meant. Then in that 7th inning, Georgetown coming alive, scoring 4 runs after that hit by Noah Thompson. And I'm out of breath. That's not good, man.
That's a lot of stairs, man.
Yeah, but it's a lot of Whataburger. One day, Whataburger.
You know what you got to start doing? You got to start getting off the Whataburgers and get on that. What I do when I go there, I have that grilled chicken sandwich.
There you go.
Put barbecue sauce and pickles on it, and it comes on a wheat bun, so that's a little bit healthier bread, and it's a great sandwich.
There you go.
It's a great sandwich. So.
Well, that's how it wraps up. But Noah Thompson doing some great work for Georgetown. Give us some life, and I like the faith and the optimism of not only the fans. Coach Foster said, look, we'll be ready for Game 3. So talking about Game 2, Georgetown will be this is a very capable, and we saw it tonight, a very underrated Ennis Lion team. Hats off to the kiddos in Ennis, to the fans who made their way up here. Their team tonight put on a performance versus the number 4 in the Texas High School Baseball.com poll, number 6 in a coaches poll. They put on a clinic tonight at Georgetown. But the Eagles are going to come back. They're going to fight. And as I said, we need an ocean of blue. It's only 150 miles or so. I drive down to Pearsall quite a bit. I've got family down there. That's a 2.5, 3-hour drive. I mean, we can make it, folks. So let's go out there and support them.
That's right, and it's going to be a fun game. So please come. And, Rob, it's my first time to do this with you. If you'll have me, I'm going to drive down there tomorrow anyway and love to hang out with you and root on our Eagles. And so hopefully we'll be able to do that, and it's going to be a fun day of baseball. Beautiful weather. And, hey, give it up to Ennis. They had a great game tonight, and they did come in and beat us on our home turf. But here's what I know about the Eagles. We're going to be flying in there tomorrow, talons out and ready to play baseball, get that first one, and then give them a good game in that second one, hopefully continue on in these playoffs. But we're going to take it one game at a time. We got to get that first one tomorrow.
Well, as we break down just the final scores here, or the final stats for the Georgetown Eagles, they score 6 runs on 6 hits. Georgetown, though, committing 3 uncharacteristic errors. They leave 9 on base.
Yeah.
For the Ennis Lions, the winners tonight, they score 7 runs on 5 hits. They only commit 1 error, and they leave 8 on base. So both teams really, I don't want to say a sloppy performance, but really there's not many words to describe when you've got 10 guys that are hit by a pitch.
Yes.
But this was one of those games tonight. Ennis clearly the better team. We give them all the shout out there and all the kudos. Those kids came out tonight, and really Drew Graham led the way for Ennis through 5 1/3 as he had 99 pitches at that point, only allowing 1 run. He did a great job on the mound for the Lions.
He pitched a great game for him, and will it be interesting to see who they've got starting tomorrow? And it's going to be great baseball, so come join us.
Well, Joshua, as always, appreciate you, man, not only your sponsorship, but to be up here in the booth. Galen Welnicki, thoughts and prayers back with you at Temple, Texas. We hope that you continue on the recovery path. Bill Schoening, appreciate you as well on Saturday covering for me last week versus Brenham when I was out. Nathan Hyde, our producer tonight. For Joshua Harris, I'm Rob Hipp. Remember, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it our own. We need each other. So provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. The score tonight, Georgetown falls in game 1 of the area round, 7-6. We will be back on the air, not only on SHNSports.com, but as well as 106.7 FM KGTN-LP Georgetown back at home. We'll catch up with you then. Until then, God bless and good night from Georgetown.